Welcome back to another episode of Producergrind Podcast. Carrington and JB with me.
Yo, what's good?
DJ Toomp in the building,
What's
man.
happening? How y'all doing? What's happening?
Fantastic.
The real OG in the game, man.
Hey, man. I'm glad to wear that jacket. Hey, you know what I mean? 50 years banging, man. 33 years banging on as far as production, but 50 years on the planet, though.
Dang.
Fire. Yeah, I was going to say, man, been getting placements since like the late 80s.
Yes, sir.
Grammy Award winning, multi-platinum, multi-gold.
Yes, sir.
Most people consider this man the creator of trap beats. It's definitely a very long overdue episode, man. We're definitely honored to sit down with you and talk about your story and a lot of the stuff that you've learned along your way that you can really knowledge you can shed to the community.
Oh, man, I had no problem with that.
Oh, definitely.
Sure. One thing, I accept the trap music thing, but really, I don't know. I be trying to really get folks to look beyond just the trap, because like before that and then after that, it's kind of like, come on, you talking about Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, Kanye, long list.
Yeah. That's kind of like people's default. Like, this is the creator of trap beat.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. We keep on going. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like, what I did, I guess it caught that trap era, but I try not. I don't like wearing that brand as a trap producer. You know what I mean?
See, now, when I say trap beast, I don't just automatically talk about like Jeezy, Gucci, T.I. Like, I'm talking about even like in '97, like the stuff you did with Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. Like, to me, those are like trap beats too, because
well, we used to call that crunk more than anything.
Crunk, yeah. It's like
then it turned
evolved
into trap.
into.
Yeah, because see, I'm gonna tell you what really, when it started turning into trap and where the whole trap thing, with T.I. is when I really, because I always it's an influence of UGK and 3 6 Mafia. You know what I mean? Because I always been chopping up soul samples, but I used to always put them with different drums, with like hip hop beats.
Yeah.
I never really was into putting 808s in soul samples, because I, the whole Pete Rock era and just the whole 90s era, 808s was just maybe just a kick, the boom, but the snares and the hi-hats, nowhere to be found. It was all live drums or chopped up drums from break beats or whatnot. So, when I started hearing the UGKs and the 3 6 Mafias, even though, I've been producing since 85, but when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, they putting 808 drums with soul samples. Let me try that. And boom, next thing you know, it started developing into a whole nother sound, basically.
It's really kind of starting to swing back that way too, the more live sounding drums paired with the 808s and the real soul samples.
Yeah. Because really, when we get into soul samples, for sure, you definitely, you can get away with some of them with 808 drums, the kicks and snares, but originally, man, you want to get some little live tight, at least your drum library got to be hell, what I mean? Speaking of like the Binks and the Just Blazes, you know what I mean? A few of them, long list, the Justice League, a lot of people, and that's why a lot of times when you get into like, when you talk about just hip hop as a whole, that's why I've tried to call I really consider myself at the Southern hip hop god, basically, and that's covering all aspects of this shit. You know what I mean? Whether it's for the spitters, whether it's guys who swagged out, ones they may consider as mumble rappers or whatever, I can produce all that shit. That's why I just be like, I'm the Southern hip hop god,
But it almost seems like they kind of have just grouped all Southern music into trap. That's what
and I don't like that.
You don't like that at all?
Nah, that's not cool. Nah, they can't do that. Nah.
So would you even consider what's the main type of beats that are on the radio now and what's like the rap caviar? Would you even consider that still trap, or is it?
You could kind of right now with this era, definitely from But when you say overall, I was thinking everybody from you thinking like Goody Mob. And
I'm talking about all that. Yeah.
But now when you hear the era, because you got to think the whole country sounded like the South now. Whole world basically is sounding like the South. And I can gladly say, that's a style that we developed and a mood and just a sound, you know what I mean? And that's what everybody wants now, you know what I mean? Even the cats who consider that they want to just have a classic hip hop track, you know what I mean? Soul samples, but somewhere on that album, just like when I listened to Griselda mixtapes, it got to the point, it got to the end, they started racking over some I heard Benny on some down south beats.
Oh yeah, Benny. Yeah, Benny's been all over the place with that.
Right when you think that people don't really know how to ride to that shit, because sometimes it at one point it felt like being on Southern beats, you couldn't be but so lyrical. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just felt like, okay, how much can you really get off your chest, or what is this bringing out of you? But nah, I heard some bars coming for dude off some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. He played me some music. I was impressed. Yeah. So it's just good to see how it's changing, and I'm glad that now you got folks who really at one point it was ugly though. It seemed like people didn't give a damn about rapping for real, lyrics. But even when I listened to 21's last album, I was like, okay, I could tell he trying to turn his pen game up for real. Like you could tell that he really took time and wrote those records and not just trying to race for the hook. You know what I mean? That's what I got from 21's last joint. And that's why I'm hoping that the rest of these cats really start taking this shit more serious, you know, like the art of it. Like, you know, that's what we might like, you know. People become, sometimes it ain't the song. You're like, I just like what the fuck you said on that record. I'm a fan of that. I'm buying tickets to see you just for that one record. Right. Because I love what you said. It struck me this type way. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a lot of aspects when it comes to a person really being a superstar and having a real fan base. You know what I mean?
Superstar, that reminds me, we were watching
the Pretty Ken.
Yeah, the Pretty Ken interview you did, and you guys had got on the subject of the era of superstars is kind of almost dead. Kind of thing.
Well, it was like the superstar versus the popular guy. And I thought that was a real interesting concept to elaborate on.
Yeah. He's me and him we have some deep conversations on that. Because it's like some people expose themselves a little bit too much. You know what I mean? And this that era now, I mean, of course, it can help your career, but at the same time, it could definitely take away the mystique of a artist when you just too much exposure. That's like when Dre's recent interview with Elliot and them, that shit was like, everybody's watching me because he just don't, you know, you never saw him on Breakfast Club or nowhere else, Vlad, no none of that. You know what I mean? And when you see certain, just like Beyonce, you know, it's very rare that you'll see a Beyonce interview on anything. Really don't even hear her speak too tough. Right. All that shit plays a part on having a superstar artist and keeping that mystique and keeping them at that level. But too much exposure, to a certain degree, it can make you a superstar. Just like right now, the baby is having too fucking much exposure, the good and the bad. And I think it's about to be, it may be his demise if nobody really, of his career, not his life. But if somebody don't step in and get Young and right, you know what I mean? Because I've seen it happen. Shit, I mean, straight up, the whole world saw shit change when Tip, it got to the point where T.I., Clifford Harris, he needed a OG motherfucker like me to say, hey man, that ain't cool. Cut that shit out. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. You know what I mean? And I think athletes need it too. Need that one, I don't know what it would be called. What would that be considered if you just
mentor?
Had that?
Yeah, it's just like someone you
could be a mentor, but almost like
it's like a dad. It's a mix between like a dad, big brother,
like just a big brother or something. Like everybody, a lot of cats need it. There's a lot of successful people who are really fucking up money and fucking up a lot of other people's money just by not having, you know, because we got these yes men over here, but it still need to be that one dude on the tour bus to say, nah, homeboy. Right. Hold on, cut that shit out. Hold on.
Yeah,
but it's hard to have that because a lot of us don't come from that. Like we never grew up with that. So you see people doing the best they can to teach themselves, and you don't have that OG. It's like someone to look up to. Is
so many situations. You know, you look at the Juice WRLD situation. You'd be like, okay, who was the oldest guy on that plane? Who was the guy who really could have been that person? But I think all them guys were the same age. You know what I mean? With the same mentality. You know what I mean? One of y'all become a superstar as an artist or producer or whatever, you moving around. Hey, man, you got to have somebody with some real sense. You can have the people you love around you, but you got to have that one motherfucker who is not the yes man around you. You know what I mean?
With the wisdom.
No matter how much smoking we do, you know what, y'all? We ain't going to fire nothing on this road, man, because this is a fucked up little city, man. I know we want to burn. I know we want to smoke. But just wait till after the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somewhere before that day out, somebody going to say, you know what, OG, I'm glad you said that shit, man, because they fucking with us right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? 2 Chainz, you know, everywhere he go, people know that he smoke. You know, you see his show, you know, that's what he does. So I think now, even him as a mature man, as a grown man, know like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna smoke my shit, but I'm gonna just chill this first part of the day because I'm around this and I'm in this, I know what city I'm in. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what a lot of folks just be needing, man. Just somebody to really guide them in the right direction. But yeah, the era, like I say, going back to the superstars, man. I don't know who would y'all consider as the last superstar around this?
Would it be Drake?
Drake is that guy. Yeah.
Well, first, what do you define a superstar at? What's the difference between a superstar and a popular guy?
Well, you got a superstar, a guy who's I ain't gonna say he's perfect, but ain't caught up in the bullshit. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say Michael Jackson. He definitely got caught up in some bullshit.
Yeah, later on, but he was super clean most of his shit. Yeah, he was definitely a superstar. Yeah, but so that's the only thing. That's why when it comes to a situation like a Drake, the only thing they could try to do is say, it's a bad thing. Oh, shit, he had a child and didn't want the world to know.
Right.
And they'll try to make that like some bad shit. But okay, at least he wasn't caught doing no other shit, snorting lines off no a commode. And those dumb, stupid shit that we heard a lot of celebrities doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, motherfuckers being bathroom stars, snorting cocaine, all kind of wild shit. So I'm glad you never heard none of that. So I think that's, even with LeBron James.
Right.
That's part of him being a superstar. Like, we ain't never heard no bullshit of him running out on his wife. You know, of course, men gonna be men, but if he is, he doing it very fucking well. You know what I mean? Or he just may be that loyal family man, but that's a part of it. Being great at what you do and just doing positive things for yourself, your family, and the community, and just keeping that good image, man, and performing. You know what I mean? And having an incredible performance and just being a great person, you know, male or female, you know what I mean? So yeah, and not too much exposure. Like only time you really see LeBron is he's doing the game or he doing something, but you don't really just see him doing too much bullshit. You're not gonna see him making it rain at the club and those shit too tough like that. Nice. You know, you kind of got to stay away from a lot of that shit if you really want to build a superstar. Let him come out every once in a while, like Prince. When we used to have this shit called the Jack the Rapper. And it was a big music conference. Y'all ever heard of that?
Say it again.
Wow. Man, I'm glad y'all got me on this motherfucker. Well, okay. In the 80s, before Atlanta really just started popping, well, Atlanta always been the shit as far as with soul and R&B all the way from the 60s. Okay. Georgia, period. You know what I mean? But when Atlanta hip-hop scene started really flourishing, that was when it came to music conferences. Like, you know, you got what is it? Revolt, and you got the A3C, South by Southwest. All that derives from shit like Jack the Rapper, and it had another one called Black Radio Exclusive, BRE. Used to be held like in LA. Okay. So Jack the Rapper, this guy named Jack, I can't think of his last name, old guy, he passed. But what it was is a big music conference that he had, and it wasn't just hip-hop, it was just black music, period. And it'd be held downtown at the Hyatt, and anybody you could think of. Well, first he used to have it off Sullivan Road off Old National. And just thinking, 1986 to 90, anybody you can name in the hip-hop shit was here for the Jack the Rapper convention. That's why I don't know if y'all heard about the big fight with DeathRow and Luke Skywalker. You remember that? Well, you had to go back and do your research on it was a song, basically, you know, when on Dre Day, when my nigga Dre can't be touched, Luke's bending over, so Luke's getting fucked. Busta Plus, you thought I was easy. Thought I was a mug because I used to fuck with Easy. So what happened, the NWA guys was saying some little slick shit about Luke, and then JC and the Poison Clan and was like, hey, we finna come back. And they said some slick shit. They made a song called Cowards in Compton. So all this shit was getting regular airplay on BET and MTV at the same time. So it was like a lightweight war going on. And so this year, that particular year, when they had the Jack the Rapper, Luke heard that the DeathRow guys, cause it was Suge, you know, Pac was about to hadn't really got with DeathRow, but Tupac was actually with Interscope at this time. Okay. And so it was Suge and shit, Dre, Snoop, and the whole crew. And when earlier that day, one of them had said something slick. All of us used to wear our Luke Skywalker jackets or, you know, Luke records or whatnot. And one of the LA guys said a little something slick. And once Luke found out it was going to be a problem, he made a phone call and, man, at least about 60 guys from Miami came up here within hours. A few of them flew and a few of them drove. You know what I mean? Damn. Plus, it wasn't just Miami. It was folks from Orlando and different parts who may have been 4 hours driving distance from Atlanta. So by 6 o'clock that evening, it was so many Florida people up here. It was crazy. And a big ass fight just erupted right in the Marriott downtown.
Damn.
See, they talk about we got beef today. Ain't bro. Even
oh
in
man,
the diss,
it was like man, you know the little what they call it, the velvet ropes and the poles that hold the velvet rope. Oh, them shits was slanging everywhere, like motherfucking books, bro. It was a big fight. It was huge.
At least no bullets got shot. Just fighting.
Nah, nobody got shot. We just fighting, man.
I respect that.
Yeah. Come on, man. That's where I come from, man. I got black eyes for all my cats, bro. Gave them and received ass whoopings. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's real.
That's why I was like, fighting. I'm like, man, why not receive an ass whooping somewhere in your life? Don't shoot them. You got to go do time. Like,
right.
Just fight. We respect you if you lose. The fact that you fought.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just didn't curl up like a little bitch.
Right.
You know? So, that's where we come from, man. But, man, I got stories. I'm slowly working on a book, man. I haven't came up with the title yet, but it's, matter of fact, several books, cause some of them based on my life and how I moved around. Just with the music business. I got shit for relationships, dealing with beautiful young ladies like herself, you know what I mean? So you can understand where we come from as men and why we do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what Steve Harvey did, but mine gonna be coming from a younger single guy perspective more than a married man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But man, I'll talk y'all to death, man. What else going on?
Man, it's just nice just to hear it.
Hey, man, I got stories for you. All of them are facts. You know, they say facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Let's talk about the beginning of the story, man. How did you even get into making music, making beats?
Well, first, man, I was a lover of music, man. I was one of them kids. Once my dad gave me permission, you know. First of all, I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to be too technical, but Pop was like, "Hey, man, let you change records." I was about 6, 7 years old. But every time I pick the needle up, he's like, "No, you pick it straight up. Don't drag it to the side." Because every time I pick the needle up, he's like, "If I hear that record go, that means you don't know what you're doing." So finally, I got used to picking up the needle. Of course, you had the little arm lift, but I had to just. And I was like, oh, okay, I learned how to do the needle and pick it up. So, and at that point, I started being able to go through the crates, listening to Tower Power, Earth, Wind, and Fire, man, Barry White, everything in my dad's crate, man, because we would go record shopping every weekend, like buy 45s and albums and just play records till I fall asleep in the middle of the floor. But I caught myself reading album covers a lot. You know what I mean? I started asking my dad, what's percussions? He was like, oh, those the bells and the congos. I'm like, okay, what does production mean? You know, I was seeing all this shit. Brothers Johnson album, produced by Quincy Jones. I'm like, wow, who's this Quincy Jones? I just saw his name on TV, Barnaby Jones and Sanford & Son. Like, wow. And my dad was like, yeah, Quincy Jones, he create music and he play instruments and all this. And like I say, being in the, 4th grade, asking these questions, and I knew it was leading to something. I didn't know I was going to be a producer. But, you know, I knew how to sing a little bit. Used to be pop, lock, and dancing, but I never knew I was going to be a DJ / producer. Yeah, and started just messing around, just listening to music, man. And after, and just having access to being able to play whatever I want, just especially on a summer day or a weekend, you know, raining outside. It wasn't really, I ain't have no Atari until later on. Atari's, you know, the video games, they come out till like 82. We talking about like 70s, late mid 70s and shit. It was nothing to do but go outside and play. If it's raining, shit, you just gotta wait till the rain stop. Hope something is on TV. Me, I was listening, I was just going through the crates, listening to the shit that I wouldn't even some of the rock groups, I was listening to all that shit. And basically, man, after listening to music for so long, by the time I got into it, I started DJing.
Okay. And
I noticed when it came to, when the first time I heard somebody mixing, I heard 2 songs playing at the same time. I thought it was a mistake. I'm like, oh, you hear that? Those records on beat. And I'm like in the 6th grade saying something like, you hear that? They playing the records at the same time. Or either sometimes you might have something playing over in this box and your sister may play something. You'd be like, oh shit, that's on beat. And then it'll get off. You know what I mean? So they might stay on beat for about maybe 8 counts and they fade away. So that means they're about 3 BPMs off on some technical shit. You know what I mean? So, and I heard that, and then when somebody kept talking about mixing, I was like, mixing? Man, is that what it is? Because I used to see mixed by on credits, but I used to think that they meant DJ mixing. I'm like, what do you mean mix? I ain't hear no two records playing together. But that's when I found out mixing was mixing, like levels and EQ and compressions and shit.
Yeah.
But then I found out the difference between studio mix, engineer mixing, and DJ mixing. So what I heard was considered as DJ mixing. Just hearing two records playing together. And man, once I'm the guy who used to have some of the dopest beats on the table. I used to have an 808 on my desk, hitting the notebook paper with a pencil.
Facts.
So I was that beat guy before I even touched the drum machine, period. So like I said, I knew it was something there, but I ended up being a DJ first. Yeah, and definitely my influence was on Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah. I'm curious to see we just had DJ Mark B on here. He's 21 Savage's DJ.
Okay.
I'm curious to see what does the landscape of DJing look like in Atlanta or just in this nation overall, like currently?
Honestly, man, DJing has turned to a brand more than skills. You know what I'm saying? Some of the last DJs I would say that has a brand and can still physically DJ, that's Khaled. Because Khaled do so much promo and marketing that
he's a real DJ.
People forget that the man really could go back and forth on the 1 and 2. And Capri, he's one of the ones who talk a lot but can back it up. You know what I mean? And but now you got guys who are more of a brand, but okay, he's DJing tonight, but you'll hear his shit, you'll be like, okay, he can't really DJ. He just the voice. You know what I mean? And when I see and hear of some DJs, I don't know, because I come from the era to where if you're a tour DJ, you have to have skills. Or somewhere in that show, they're like, hey man, y'all want to see my DJ cut some shit up? And that might be the time where artists go change clothes. Or you know what I mean? A DJ might do it, or you might have somebody, narrating or just basically, just telling you all the moves. Toomp, do it with your hand. Do it like this. Do it behind your back. Toomp it. Boom, boom, boom. I might do some crazy shit. So I won DJ battles and all that. So that's when it came to tour DJs, that's what a tour DJ really consisted of. Somebody who really could scratch, somebody who could truly mix, someone who was almost like being a producer, but definitely had to have some turntable skills. Like if it came down to you battling, like, so let me see, when we was touring, it was everybody I done toured with, we just, all the DJs, like I was with Public Enemy, Terminator X and them. They saw my routine. Shit, I did a show with Jazzy Jeff. I watched him and he watched me too. You know what I mean? I hadn't got better. I wasn't as good as him at the point when we was running around with Jeff and Prince, but I was on my way up. So that was a thing to where, every DJ would have to have at least like a 10-minute set to just show his skills. But nowadays you don't see that nowhere on anybody's show.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I ask is because Mark was talking about how a lot of the clubs on Spring Street, how they gotten closed down. And so they haven't had a place to really break new artists in Atlanta. And I was wondering if you had noticed that or if you had seen anything like that.
You know what? Honestly, man, it's been so long since I've been really hit clubs. I mean, I might hit a club if it's somebody's birthday party or something.
No, I mean, just noticing that within other DJs talking to each other, it seemed like, is this an issue that they've experienced too?
You know what? Most DJs I talk to, they the ones who work in the strip clubs. Most of the older cats. Like my boy DJ Will, Cloud, and the rest of them, they work at strip clubs. So I guess they making so much good money just being at that one spot to where I've never heard that conversation too tough. So that's what's going on?
Yeah, y'all can elaborate a little more.
Yeah, he was saying that really in 2016, that's when all the 18 and up clubs got shut down, and now it's only 21 and up. And he was just saying really when music was getting broken in Atlanta, around that too, when he started 2010, 2012, all that stuff. He said all the music was broken in the 18 and up clubs. He said it's harder
Crucial and shit like that?
Yeah. He was saying it's harder to break music with people that are in that older demographic because they're set on the music that they listen to. They're not as impressionable kind of.
Right, and then we were like,
that's
dang.
interesting, man. I never heard that. Damn.
And that's why he said it's really been a slowdown in artists coming out of Atlanta, unless they have that big attachment to QC or YSL, because in the past 3-4 years, it's really been the artists that are really coming up have been QC artists or Thugs artists, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas he was saying back in 2014, 2015 and stuff like that, you had people from all different places of Atlanta kind of, you know, coming up under their own brands.
And that's
stuff.
real though. You're right. Because, and to a certain degree, man, these little young cats, they fucking it up on their own.
The artist side?
Yeah, just the generation, man. Like this shit that you seeing on the news every day. Like,
yeah.
It's like, damn, dude, for real. Then when you find out that some of these kids are from good families, when you see some of the crimes that they're committing or shooting up clubs and shit, you know, you can blame it on the club shutting down, but then you got to ask why some of these clubs are shutting down.
Well, they said because it's getting bought out for real estate, but I'm sure it's another reason, like you said.
You got that too, but honestly, okay, now you're right. Now I can feel you on that because definitely I could see somebody buying that property out. But I think eventually we're going to have some type of venue that's going to be a central location to where you can have whatever, a younger type setting or older type setting. Because I think we're going to eventually have to have something like that, man. Because yeah, I could definitely see. So Crucial's not open anymore?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. We were just talking about.
So besides Crucial, what was the other 18 and up club? I never really knew too much of 18 and
I'm
up.
not sure.
You know,
We didn't name
in the club.
I ain't into no 18-year-old. What you mean teenagers? What you mean teenagers?
No, I was never really in the club. I was never really in the club like that. But when he was talking about it, and he brought up that he said who has broken out of Atlanta in the last 2 years, other than Baby and Gunna, and I was like,
but you know what? But the thing about it too is, you could say the clubs, but you could say these damn radio stations ain't making it no better either. Come on, man. We'd have had, 4 new radio stations in the past 2 years, right? All of them really still playing the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean, is that because they asking for money or?
I think so. Come on, man. Y'all, something that really shocked me, y'all didn't see what Coach K said at the Revolt?
That's what literally first thing that came to mind.
I was like,
if you want to get anything on the radio, it's 200 bands.
This costs 200,000. And I'm like, yo, if that, and I mean, I've heard that. I heard that it costs money. But when he said that, I was like, oh, if that's true, yeah, Atlanta's, we about to take a beating. Because a lot of these artists definitely came from, you know, come on, we don't even hear the dig it or dish it no more, the rush it or flush it. You know how they play something? You remember that on the radio?
Oh,
it used to be a show to where, let's say if you were a rapper and you send your demo in and
like
every
Battlegrounds?
Wednesday.
Battlegrounds.
All that, it was different. Dig it or dish it, Battleground, rush it or flush it.
The 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock.
And most radio stations had shows to where they was showcasing
the
new artists.
Okay,
yeah.
So now.
And I don't know if the program directors have taken that shit out. But if so, that's a problem.
I know a lot has to do with like with the politics of like, are they clear channel radio stations? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
What is it?
Clear channel is like basically like a big, like they run
big chain.
They run like, you know, the whole country, like most of the stations in every city.
So now you getting into the politics of it. That's really the problem. The clubs could be a fraction, but the problem is the politics. Because when a lot of shit was broken out of Atlanta, man, I would say an example, a Greg Street or anybody from 107.9 or could play whatever the fuck they wanted to play. It wasn't being overseen by this big entity, Clear Channel, you know, and Viacom. You know, all those shit sound, you know, the big god ass Viacom. You can't play it unless you're under our umbrella. Nobody, you're gonna hear these same 8 songs in rotation 4 times a day. I mean, every 4 hours or 3 hours. Like, that's when I knew it was going to be a problem too. So, how the hell can you break a new artist when you going into the doctor's office? It's too hard, all the cash did way. So, you know, guys went to the doctor's office, they done goddamn cleaned your teeth. Like what, 2.5 hour process?
Drip too hard.
And you get back in the motherfucking car, same station.
Yeah.
Drip too hard. You be like, what the fuck? They just played this.
Hey, remember
let me go to another radio station. Boom, drip too hard. And I love that record. That's one of my favorite records ever for Baby, for real. But I'm just using that as an example. Like, you keep hearing the same records every 2.5 to 3 hours.
And that's one thing too, because, you know, when we moved down here, we're from Rochester, New York, which is like a small little city, and we only got one hip hop station. It's the same thing. You know, they can only play a certain amount of things. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna be in the A. You know, we got all these different stations. We got Streets 945, 107.9. I'm gonna be hearing some exclusive
variety.
shit.
You think you finna hear some mad variety?
I'm gonna hear some local shit. same shit. The only new stuff we hear is the 1-800-INJURE songs. And
those are hard.
But want me to tell you though, when I hear new records, whenever I hear new songs, when I go to Carolina, when I'm on the road, and by the time I hit South Carolina, North Carolina, I hear all kind of new R&B shit. I hear some new some B-side shit that ain't, I'd be like, oh, okay, who is that? Oh, shit. Damn, David Hollister? Or the new whoever, Johnny Gill. I'd be like, oh, shit, I ain't know they had nothing out. And even the stations that, just like when we had this new wave of all, like you say, like 3-4 stations came here at once. And I was like, oh, shit, you know what? This might be the thing that may be able to crack some, new artists out all over again. Nope. But no. Regular old rotation. Everybody doing the same thing. So really, yeah, the club thing is one thing, but I would say the radio politics that's fucking our industry up for real too. And I say that. I look in their face and say that. Yeah, the politics of radio is fucking up the industry, definitely in Atlanta.
And I would also say the rise of people using the internet for marketing has made it so there's less focus on like, oh, we're expecting something out of Atlanta, we're expecting something out of New York, we're expecting something out of LA. Now it's like anyone can do it anywhere kind of thing.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. And that's true. And yeah, definitely. And that's a good thing. Because at one point, it felt like shit, even we even being in Atlanta, we felt like, shit, man, if we don't go to New York or LA, bro, won't nobody ever hear us. We won't ever be heard. Yeah, I think I started this shit in 85. I know my first record I produced was a guy, Raheem the Dream. And man, that was just as simple as us going straight from the studio. I scratched on the record, I did the beat, and we went to the mastering lab. Next day we got it mixed, and we went to the mastering lab. And the minute while we were leaving the mastering lab, we called this guy Mitch Faulkner. Hey, Mitch, it was on. That's when it was Kiss 104, and that's when Kiss One. Well, but it was hip hop though. It was hip hop and R&B, and they would have this straight rap thing, rap show like every weekend. But we called Mitch. We was like, Mitch, man, we got this new Raheem the Dream, man, produced by Toomp, man. We about to come through there. Man, without him having to call any program director or anything, man, we went straight up to that station, man. They played that shit. By the time I got to school, man, everybody giving me high five and shit. I'm in the 10th grade with a song in rotation.
That's hard.
It's 1985, bro. You know what I mean? And shit, and it wasn't no thing, man, to have something new played on the radio. It's a guy named Mojo. He came out in 83, first rapper. Then what was so raw about him, he was actually rapping on the radio live. That's how he got popular. And then he came out with a record. You know what I mean? It used to be an AM station, WAOK, and they had the live remotes. That's why when I hear the live remotes now with these stations from the clubs, we live at club, whatever. Yeah, that come from the old school AM radio stations. They used to, being live at the club, you hear the people in the background, DJ mixing. That was the first time I heard a DJ mixing on the radio was on AM because he was live from a club. You know what I mean? Of course, they knew not to play, explicit shit, but nah, that's when I caught raw. That's what really made me want to DJ. It was a guy named Reggie Reg. I heard him mixing on WAOK. IGO, rather.
Yeah, that was dope to me when we moved down here. I noticed, I'm like, oh shit, they're actually playing from the club. Like, that was new to me and shit.
Oh, for real? They didn't do that in your city?
Nah.
Wow, damn, okay. I didn't know that was that rare.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from a real small city, like I said.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm from like even like a medium-sized city, so I don't know.
But see, like you were saying, how now you got this internet thing where, you could be in the middle of fucking Kansas or Milwaukee now.
Shout out to Kansas.
Yeah, and be that guy, especially if you got some hot shit.
Right.
If you got the right song or the right video that catch everybody's attention, shit, man, you could be that guy no matter from anywhere on this globe now.
Like, who's that dude that came up with the squeaky trap?
645 AR.
645 AR.
You heard him yet?
You ever heard of him?
What's the name of the song?
Like, his name is 645 AR. It's like he got a squeaky voice. Like,
it's like Mickey Mouse rapping.
Super squeaky.
And it's catching?
Yes, like he just sold the show out. I was just on social media last night. He was like,
and see, and the thing about it, that's one
Let's
thing.
see how many views he's doing.
And that's what's so funny about this shit now is, and I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, because there's no
like barriers to entry.
Yeah, no barriers. Yeah, to say, hey, hold on, you got to be this. Right. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna lie, and not to say it sound fucked up, but it's certain artists who people try to hook me up with. I'd be like, nah, they ain't ready for me. Like, nah, not
right.
I'm
gonna play him for you.
You don't want no Toomp
shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Listen to Buddy.
So he hasn't broken $1 million yet. This is his biggest video. It's got 422,000 from a couple days ago.
It's going up.
About 10 days ago. So he's going up.
I promise. And I was gonna say that. I was gonna ask you about like this industry being less organic. You know what I'm saying? Like you used to go straight to the radio. Like y'all just created the record and went straight to the radio and had it on the radio.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's, you know, it's politics.
Well, see, I want you to just say politics. It wasn't as flooded as it is now.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because you got to think.
There was a real barrier of entry.
Yeah.
It was a barrier of entry. And number one thing is, let's get back to producers. Nowadays, if you want to be a producer, you could get your mom's old laptop
right
that was in the garage and throw Fruity Loops in that motherfucker and go crazy.
Right.
But where we come from, oh no, you got to have a budget of at least 15,000, 20,000. You got to buy an MP. You got to have a set of monitors. You had to have a keyboard. You had to have an amp to push those speakers.
Mixer.
So you had to run the where before it was Guitar Center, it was called Rhythm City. It used to be a Buckhead. Right there where all the other shit is. I don't know where. Basically, I had to call out to basically where
Caribou Coffee?
Grill.
Hudson Grill? Or
Hudson Grill. Right where Hudson Grill is, on that corner, a little bit back, going further down, that was Rhythm City. And then they turned into Guitar Center later on. So you used to have a budget of at least 15,000 to 20,000 just to even make a beat.
To try making beats.
To even try. Because you can't just do it with the MP. MPs were like, that was 3,000 just alone for that drum machine.
Yeah.
So we just talking about, you still don't have a keyboard or nothing. You don't have speakers. You done spent 3,000 just on this drum machine. So that's just for you being a producer. Studio time was a lot more.
Yeah.
And then you had to have a 2-inch reel. Just your reel was like 100. A 2-inch was 150, but a 1-inch was which held like 16 tracks. That was like $75 to $100.
Could you reuse those, or you had to do one every time?
Once you could only get 4 songs on each reel.
Oh wow.
What?
Maybe 5 if you get lucky. Yeah. And depending on how many tracks you use. Yeah. So that's how limited we were, to the point where, let alone not being a lot of artists, a lot of us couldn't even afford to even go to a studio.
Yeah.
To even get started to do anything. So there wasn't no home studio.
You think that's a good thing though? Because the people that are ready to, did that make beats better? Do you think the quality of beats got better?
Now I would say
or worse.
Now it kind of make it worse because now I won't say the quality, but the
Be honest.
A lot of people start to say the shit sound the same.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, even right now, as a producer, I listen to the shit and say, all right, man, it's time for some new drums.
How are we gonna do that though? Where do the new drums come from?
Just got to make a nice ass song with some different drums. That's the shit. I think when it comes to production, this shit is like being a clothing designer, man. I think a lot of us producers, I'm speaking to all of us, gonna have to really stick our neck out a little further.
On the drum side?
Just drums and just production, period. Because sometimes we get caught up into making something close to what everybody's own. Like after that shit been going for almost
Can you confirm something for me? Are the drums, the wave samples we use nowadays, are those the same ones from 20 years ago?
Basically, some of them just been upgraded. So it might stack a few of them.
Yeah.
You know?
So those are the same.
You can layer, and sometimes you could take an 808 snare and layer something else with it, or a rim shot, and you may come up with something. Just like that one snare, the SNC snare.
Yeah,
everybody call it the
chop.
C-note with the kink in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
the young chop.
Yeah, like a little triangle with it.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. Think about how many people was using that damn snare.
That came from Polo originally, right?
Polo?
I don't know. Some people say it was Honorable C-note. They say it was his snare.
C-note? Oh, well. I don't want to.
minute. I mean,
For real? Yeah. I don't know who to get the credit to.
Well, whoever, I don't know.
I'm young as
I don't know who made that motherfucker or who decided to take that snare with that little kick in it, you know. But I don't know. It's just, it's just time, man. It's just, I don't know. It's excuse me. Sometimes you even got to just get creative with a rim shot, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One trend I've been seeing is a lot of people just sampling like everyday items. You ever seen that on IG and stuff like that? People will take like a little mic or a field recorder and just like go into the kitchen and bang a pot.
Oh, no. We come from that. Yeah. I was like, yeah. And for me being in that era of that. Yeah, Timberland and, you know, with the ASR 10s. Hell yeah, we used to have to get hella creative because when you buy ASR,
you only had a couple seconds of sample time.
Man, well, I mean, you had sampling time, but you just didn't have nothing in it.
Oh, okay.
See, like a Rolling Phantom or a Triton, that shit got internal sounds.
Yeah.
You turn on an ASR, that motherfucker wait for you to do something.
Yeah.
And it came with a little library of disc, but it's a blank slate when you turn that bitch on. It's like, all right, and Sonic, ASR 10, boom, now what you gonna do?
That was essentially like a Serato sample.
And so, yeah, and it made you get hella creative. Just start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you put the right preamp on that shit, and that shit might sound dope. And people was getting hella creative like that. Come on, just think about the Aaliyah record with the baby.
Right.
You know, you got to reach. It's time to reach a little bit further, man. Come on, man. We got to, man. As producers, we must. Kind of like a clothing designer,
I don't know,
right?
Yeah, well, because I think it's what makes creativity is restrictions. Like when you had no sounds to go for, you were forced to come up with your own. Right now, you could get whatever.
That's what Curtis King was saying.
Yeah, you got to treat it. You got to treat it like you don't have those. Cause sometimes that shit could be
it's a curse.
It could be a creative. Yeah, that shit could be a creative block sometimes when somebody that just gave you this crazy ass pack of plugins and VSTs.
Where do I start kind of thing?
And you feel like, where I start? Because you'll catch yourself just surfing like, ooh.
Right.
Like, damn, boy, this shit full. But 2 hours and went by and you haven't made shit.
Right.
You still flowing through. So when you just have that raw machine to where you just kind of got to get creative, man, you would catch yourself making something that you wouldn't have made, period. So what I'm saying is, it's just like a clothing designer, right? Let's say you just got to make that one outfit and the right motherfucker got to wear it.
Thanks.
The right, you know what I mean? You know this shit is dope. Some people like you may see some shit, be like, okay, yo, the pants cool. I wouldn't wear that shirt, yeah. But the fuck around, you walk around in that store and see it on a mannequin and somebody done put it together the right way, you be like, oh shit, that's the same shirt. Okay, now I get it. Or you might go to a fashion show. Or you might go to an event and be like, oh shit, okay, I see how you rock that now.
See a celebrity wearing it.
Yeah, and know how to do that. And boom, next thing you know, that's the new cool shit for the next 3 years.
That's a patience
So I would
thing.
almost put it on the artist too, because a lot of artists might not be taking those beats that are kind of outside the box.
Risk it.
They be like,
see, that's what I'm saying. It's time for
a synergy kind of thing.
But at the same time, you got a few artists. I think it's half and half. You got artists who want the regular shit, but then you got artists who wait for you to play that shit to make them say, "Oh my god, go back to that shit."
Right.
Yeah.
No, too back. You know how we be flipping through beats. No, not that one. No, go back. Yeah, that one. And it might be some shit that we was kind of fucking with.
Right.
We might not even, you know how you just have that
kind of nervous to play it.
Yeah. Come on, man. Just think. Now I even do that. So don't think that I ain't one of them motherfuckers. Yes, man. I go through the same shit y'all go through. You be like, you be like, for real, y'all like that? You be like, man, go back to that shit.
Right.
And it'll be something that
You're
might
like,
be
why?
just a loop. Yeah. And you be like, I ain't finished with it, bro. It is finished. And
I hate
the minute
that
they hit
feeling,
that booth. And of course, we gonna throw our shit on it later.
Yeah,
but if they fall in love with that shit, you let them hit that booth, man, and record whatever made them jump out their seat. Let them get that shit off their chest. And that one track may change. It could be a game-changing type shit, man. It really can, you know?
While we're on this subject, talking about Griselda too, you know, they're totally outside of the box, you know, bringing that old sound back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that going mainstream at all? Or do you see that becoming like a trend?
You know what? Well, even if it don't go mainstream from where we are, you could still win without being mainstream.
Yeah.
I think they about to perform on Jimmy Fallon. Maybe
I
tonight.
think they already did.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's possible.
Yeah.
Right. Because now you got those niche with the internet. You can get your own little crowd.
And see, and one thing we must get, we got to just open our minds up, gentlemen. We must do this. We're in the U.S. You get out of this motherfucking country right here, it's people who really appreciate that classic hip hop. You know, and it may be a certain folder that y'all have in y'all computer where you be like, oh man, I don't know who to play this shit for. All right, go overseas and watch what happened. Fuck around, have 20 placements because they open to, first of all, because you come from the States and you playing some shit that they never heard before. You be like, hey man, I like that one, play that one again. And you got a banging ass record over here in Brazil or wherever. you know, because you're on some whole other turf. So it's kind of like with them, yeah, they're huge over there. They say in Japan, my man Jason G was telling me, he's like in Japan, like they are crazy about them boys, Griselda.
That's what Kino was talking about. He said in the other European countries, they really love like that. Like Germany, they love the true hip hop, like old school hip hop.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like one thing, I'm about slowly getting back into the wax business.
What is
as far as selling records?
Pressing vinyls,
like vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like vinyl's going for like $80 over there right now.
Yeah, it's big now. Yeah, there's collectors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Especially those Griselda type artists.
Yes.
Like my boy Spesh. I don't know if you heard 38 Spesh.
Yeah.
He works with, Benny and all them and stuff. But yeah, he sells a lot of vinyl what do they call it? Pre-sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, it's a group I produced called Native Nuts. And I produced that in '94, straight hip hop album. If you ever get a chance, pull it up.
I did pull it up this morning when I was going through your discography.
Yeah,
straight some of them records.
Straight 90s hip hop.
Boom
Ain't
bap.
no 808s, just all boom bap. A lot of folks don't know I do that because I've come from music. Like so, like I say, I've been loving music before hip hop. You know what I mean? Before any rap song, I was just loving music. So that's why it's so easy for me to go from producing a little young motherfucker or just I can produce anybody in this game, basically, from in any genre.
And I was listening to them, the MC Shy D records, all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you went back. I went back. Following my hairline then, bro. Yeah, man. So it's like, when it comes to Griselda and them, it's like, but at the same time, and my man Bink had put it up on Instagram too. And I say, you know what? It must be said. And Bink was basically like, hey, rapping over raw samples is not a wave. That's Griselda's shit. Like, let them have that.
Okay.
See, you know what I mean?
But I feel like it's only a matter of time before people catch on.
That's usually how it goes,
but that's what kind of
you can't do it.
The game up though. Yeah, kind of like if that's them, let them have that.
Happen though.
Bro, that's the exact same.
But everybody can't do it though.
Everybody can't do it.
Yeah, but they gonna try, bro.
Yeah, you got to be saying some slick shit that's gonna keep, because they got some dope ass. They got bars, and they rapping that street shit. So if you just can't come on there half-ass over the raw sample.
Yeah.
Because that's what's making those samples dope. Some of the samples are dope, but the fact that the content and the delivery, then you got West Side with that high-ass pitch.
The voice, yeah.
And each one of those, it's like each one of them got their own thing, and that's what's dope about them. And they attack the beat in totally different ways, but you appreciate that shit just as a whole. So I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm loving what those guys are doing.
Yeah.
Because it got to the point where I was wondering how many New York guys are still true New York motherfuckers. Of course, you got the old schoolers that's gonna keep it there. But I'm like, all right, this new generation, damn, I can't tell if they from down here or up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That shit be fire sometimes. I feel like Lil TJ, yeah.
Okay, so it's some other, besides Griselda, there's some other cats.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard like a lot of smaller New York artists that do sound like, you know what I'm saying, down south. But I like Lil TJ. Shout out JD on the track.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pull that up and check him out.
Lil TJ, he's fine.
Okay.
What I like about Griselda though is like they got that old sound, but they're rapping about the stuff that we can relate to nowadays. Like they're talking about wearing off-white. They're talking about Balenciagas.
All
you know
that
what
shit,
I mean?
man. Yeah.
And they're not hating on us.
Right.
Like that's the big thing. Like older guys will like be always like whenever you might look up to an older guy, but all he's doing is talking down about the new generation.
Right.
It makes you like, like whatever.
And we ain't gonna talk too much about other podcasts or whatever, but I watched this one episode of Drink Champs, and where Irv Gotti was telling Noriega, like, hey, you got to fuck with the young cats. And man, Noriega and dude them are so adamant on not fucking with the young generation.
Really?
And I'm like, yo, how long you motherfucking guys gonna be around? Because it ain't but so many. Come on, y'all got Meth Beak on there again. That's not good. Noriega, that's not good. So how the hell can you just cut the new generation off? Say, I'm interviewing his old school people. Yeah. I'm old school, but I don't appreciate that. And I saw Irv Gotti telling him that he need to fuck with the young generation. I was like, okay, so Irv feel the same way too. Because at first I thought Irv felt the same way. When he said it, I was like, oh, okay. But no, that's that they're gonna eventually have to open up. And I'm trying to figure out right now, who is the one that the young cats could really go to and really be comfortable and not feel that they got to be on edge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And can really tell their story. Because all of them got their story. I mean, even though they just got in the game, but all of them have a story, man.
Right.
Sure.
Shit, I would love to be the one to come up with that. I round up the right team for that shit.
Yeah.
Because I can relate to all that shit, man. You know, I'm 50, but I can relate to, well, what a 19 to 18 to 30-year-old man speaking about or rapping about.
I think that's what QC's done so well is like they got the two older AP and coach. And then if you look at all the guys, like you can see that they see themselves in all their artists that are popping. And I think they've done a good job being able to not be out of touch, but still be in touch. And then people still look up to them.
Yeah, that's dope. I would love to, with QC, I definitely respect everything they're doing. I respect everything they've done. I hope everything continues to be smooth over there, because one thing, artists sometimes in growth or in maturity, can sometimes look at a situation and say, hey, is this right? We managed by these guys and we on the label? Oh, if we got a problem with the label, who's supposed to get on the label case? Because we signed to the management. See, in reality, that's really like
supposed to be a checks and balances kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's really a conflict. That's why I'm not in their business, but when I heard that, it was like, okay, that's the management and the label. Like, I hope that goes well. But a lot of situations, a lot of times that don't go well.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
They skip it to flip.
So it's been a little quiet over there. Well, I'm wondering, and I'm reading things. I'm like,
No, artists.
It hasn't always worked out. Skipper and OG Macko. You know what I mean? There's a couple artists that it didn't work out with.
Yeah, it's a few people. Yeah, and that's really that's the structure really of anything, any type of business. If you think about it, that's kind of like your attorney being your label. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, if you got a problem with the label, it's your management that's supposed to get on the label's case.
Right.
But if your management is the label, how that's gonna work? You know
I forgot who we were talking to.
So I'm hoping everything go right, but I just be, you know, I hear things and I'm like, oh shit, I hope it ain't a case of that.
Hey, real quick, y'all, I gotta go to the restroom so bad.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'll be right back. 20 minutes.
Nah, we good. So, talking about, you know, having to have a lot of money to get your first setup, what were some of the things you did to save up and get your first setup for making beats?
Well, my first setup was, let me see, because I already had the turntables. I had the mixer. My homeboy had a Dr. Rhythm drum machine made by Boss, which was a division of Roland. You know, Roland 808 and the Phantom. And I included that in my DJ routine to where after I'm backspinning, then I turn this drum machine on and start scratching with it. I won a few DJ battles just doing that, just turning that drum machine. Like, whoa, where that beat come from? We never heard that shit. Because nobody was just doing that. Me and my homeboy Daz, we used to take the drum machine to the parties too. Like right around the BPM of everybody dancing. Next thing you know, you just hear a raw beat just playing. Everybody like, oh shit. And we start scratching with it. So it went from the Dr. Rhythm. And when I started DJing for MC Shot D, I saved up some of my show money and bought an SP12.
Okay.
And the 12 only had 5 seconds of sampling time. It didn't even have a disk drive. It was the MU SP12. It looked just like the 1200. Then later on, they came with the 1200, which took the floppies. And that was 10 seconds of sampling in that one. And so at that time, I was just beat making. I wasn't really playing keys too tough. I was just beat making. That was the SP1200. But later on, around 92, that's when I knew I wanted to take my sound somewhere else. Because all I had was a drum machine, and that wasn't really, I noticed I came to a barrier at that point. And that's when people were like, yo, you need to get a drum machine that's a sequencer as well. See, an SP1200 was strictly a drum machine. You could MIDI it with something else and sync them together where you hit start and it'll start another machine. But as far as a sequencer, something that can hold notes, patterns, and that was the MPC 60.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I wasn't able to afford that. So that was around the time when I moved back here. And I got my homeboy named D from Miami. He had moved up here, and he was getting some extra money, you know, out there playing around. And he wanted to start a label. And I was like, yo, we could do this, but if you want me to get my shit ready, man, we're going to have to go to Rhythm City and get some equipment. So
drop a bag, yeah.
Yeah, man. He dropped a bag on some speakers. We got the MPC. I got the Ensoniq ASR 10. What kind of keyboard I had? It was a rack module. I think it was the Roland 1080 or something. It might have been a Roland 1080. So he spent about $17,000. And from that point, that's when I was able to create music. Because with the SP, I was only able to just make beats. It was just a beat programming machine. That's why people are like, man, you make beats? No, I produce. That's making beats. Like, I produce music. Don't call me a beat maker. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So at that point with the SP, I was just making beats. But then once I got that sequencer, that MP, and that's what LA and Babyface was using also. That and the Lin 9000, but the MP was their main thing that was running the whole studio. And once I learned that, man, that's when I started just really playing keys more and really started using my musical talents, which I'm not classically trained in nothing. I still don't know theory. I just know what it's supposed to sound like. You know what I mean?
And when did the shift happen where it was like less boom bap and now you were more messing around with like 808 sounds and, you know, what we now know as trap drum sounds?
Well, before I even got to the boom bap, you got to remember now, we still had that Miami 808, the Miami bass.
Okay.
See, I brought the Miami bass here. See, I was down, the bass, the whole bass movement, like you got cats in Miami like Pretty Tony. You heard of him?
Mm-mm.
Fix It in the Mix. Lookout Weekend. I played some of these joints. Sierra used some of their shits. Few R&B artists have used some of Pretty Tony. Well, in the West Coast, you had this guy, Egyptian Lover. You ever heard of Egyptian Lover?
No.
Egypt. Oh man, I gotta take y'all back.
We probably heard it, but we can't recall it.
Okay, well he had a guy named Egyptian Lover who was back from like 84 in the West Coast, and you got Pretty Tony who was down here in Miami. So each one of them was using the 808 drum machines, but later on, in Miami, they started just having that bass, that low end. And see, wasn't nobody really letting that 808 hum creep through until Rick Rubin did that shit. So you had Rick Rubin up north, Pretty Tony in Florida, and Egyptian Lover on the West Coast. Those were the three gods of production when it came to the early 80s. Nobody else could tell you anything else. Those were the guys, and all of them were using the 808, the Roland 808 drum machine, but they were syncing them with other machines. You know what I mean? So Rick Rubin was one of the first ones to let that 808, because the 808 is just really like a boom, but it had this decay button that made it go boom. You'd be like, yo. But even when I first played with an 808 drum machine, I never wanted that bass to go that long because I didn't think that was something that I would use.
Right.
Next thing you know, you hear this Beastie Boys record slow and low. Boom, boo, boo, boo. We was like, what the fuck? We like, oh, that's that. We thought it was a mistake. Like, man, ain't nobody gonna let no bass go that far. And when Rick Rubin did that shit, and he had put, I don't know, some kind of way he tuned it, was able to play it in different keys. I think he had sampled it, and that's when everybody started letting their 808s drive instead of that solid kick. They said, boom.
Damn, so Rick Rubin really godfathered that, ushered that
but
in.
In Miami, they was already on the 808, but then but it was more up-tempo.
Okay.
130 and between 127 and 140 BPM. You know what I mean? And then you got a place like Miami that's like a mixture of, so it's like a melting pot. You got Bahamians, you got Cubans, you got Haitians, folks from everywhere in Miami, just a melting pot of different like nationalities and whatnot. So it was a mixture of some of the like the soca, the calypso, and just some, but it was still just.
Wasn't house music?
House, not really. House mainly was in Chicago. Okay. But at that point in Florida, it was just mostly like what they call just high energy music. And so you had guys like Magic Mike. Y'all ever heard of Magic Mike?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he, selling all these bass albums, going gold and platinum, independent, back when people weren't even thinking about starting a label. So you had Magic Mike, Beatmaster Clay D. You had a guy named Eric Griffin, He made a song called "Give a DJ a Break." Hey, boom, doo doo doo. You ever heard that? Give a DJ a break.
I don't know, maybe.
Classic Miami record, man. If y'all ever just want to go through,
pull it up.
Yeah, because all those records play a part in what I'm doing and what y'all hearing now.
Nice.
Give a DJ a break.
I have a question.
Dynamix?
Yes. Hear that 808?
Yeah, I hear that.
Oh, I know this song. I know this song.
Okay, yeah. And this from what year?
That's 85, 86.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still cooking up like that.
Hey, did Rick Rubin produce that song, the Beastie Boys, where the whole beat is reversed?
Yeah, Paul Revere.
He produced
Yeah,
that?
and that's an 808 pattern going backwards.
Bro, no, the whole beat is reversed.
Really?
Like, the hi-hat, everything.
Mm.
It was so crazy.
Rick Rubin definitely is an influence. If anybody who really love hip hop, if you name any of your top 5 producers that don't mention Rick Rubin, either because you're hating or you just don't know.
Thanks.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
That man, like, oh my God. Yeah, Rick Rubin is a motherfucker, man. Yeah, he put in work. He definitely made a lot of us want to do this. Him and another guy named Mantronic, Curtis Mantronic, out of New York also. Mantronic got us into all the edits and the fast hi-hat. All the repeating hi-hats. Mantronic got us into all that shit. But we just took it and put it into the bass music. So when I graduated from high school in 87, and I got with Shadi late 87 up to 88, and that's when I started going to Miami. In Atlanta, we was kind of still hip-hop. We haven't really found our sound yet. So what I did was went to Miami and brought some of that bass back up here. So I'm the one who really brought the whole, I was one called bass, it was called Booty Shake. So that we had all the Booty Shake music, you know. And you had Splat Pack. They was from West Palm, but they moved to Atlanta also. You remember them? Scrub the ground.
Yeah.
Let me see you say scrub the ground. Round and round we go. Round there, yeah. Rest in peace, Kid Money. Yeah, he just died. I think he died last year. But yeah, man, so I definitely brought the 808 here. I brought it back here. You know what I mean? And that's when I did Shawty Freak a little something for Lil Jon.
Yeah.
And a few other little records, stuff with Raheem, and then you had DJ Smurf and a lot of other cats. My man Cooley C just started getting up on it. So I play a definitely major part as far as bringing the bass to Atlanta, which was, using that SP 1200, all the low end and real up tempo shit. And they start having the dance groups or whatnot, start doing dance routine, the whole yeek movement. Y'all familiar with yeeking, right? Man, I'm gonna shoot you guy with a rusty BB gun, man. Yeeking, man, come on. Okay, just say that, motherfucker. Yeek.
Oh, that's the uncle at the barbecue dance.
Yeah,
that's what I know.
Goddamn, all the skipping and shit.
Yeah.
He could be 300 pounds and moving like a motherfucker.
Like, yeeking. Beat, yes.
Yeah, like it was a group, I think 911. They was on Showtime at the Apollo, and that was the first time because that's something that we developed down here is yeeking.
Okay.
And
that's kind of like step teams. They kind of adopted.
But ours is a little bit. It's like so. If it was a Pretty Tony record, that's about 128. 128. Oh, yeeking, you putting that bitch on 145. Motherfuckers going crazy. Yeah, you ought to pull that shit up. Yeah, they go crazy. So it's like it's the bass era, and then later on, I just started slowing it down because people started getting too cool to dance, people weren't ready to sweat. Like, I come from the era to where it wasn't no thing to be dressed like a player, and by the time you come out, you sweating like a motherfucker, like you've been in the gym. And it wasn't a nasty thing. It was just like, hey, we dancing. But now this era, nobody dance really. They stand on the couch and blow hookahs. You know what I mean? That shit terrible, man.
That sounded so vivid.
We used to actually slow dance, dog.
I can only imagine being in a club slow dancing. That would be so lit. That would be so lit.
That was listen, I'm gonna just paint this picture for you, bro. Imagine.
You said blow a hookah.
Man, we'll be at 112. That's when I turned 21, because you couldn't get in 112 until you were the age. Fake ID, none of that shit worked. So it was 112 when it was at Buckhead. But this was the setting, man. You could be at a club. You would maybe, let's say all 4 of us go, man, let's hit 112. Boom, we stand in line. You had to have a dress code, so you had to put on some clothes. There wasn't no sneakers, none of that. I don't give a fuck who you play for or who you are. No, you can't get in like that, bro.
I'm coming with some crocodiles, some pythons.
And you got motherfucking the security. Hey, I know who you are. I love your shit. Oh, man, you played good last night, but you can't get in like that. So it was a dress code and guys was playing. So throughout the night, yeah, he gonna have a slow set at least twice that night. But guess what? Whoever in that club you've been looking at, and when the slow record come on, guess what you do? Walk around the club, be like, you might get turned down by a few. No, I'm good, okay. You're like, okay, oh, damn, I'm looking at her. Next thing you know, I wish. So just think.
Oh my God.
Just think. That's why you see how you get excited.
That's
just
why
think,
men
we talking
aren't
about
men
a
no
total
more. Like,
stranger,
Now you like,
and your ass is now on the dance floor. You got your arms around her. What's your name again? Oh, okay. Where you from? You slow dancing, dude, and talking. Like, how the hell couldn't you come up?
Right.
Cause you know, women and men as well. You choose, like, you're like, okay, no. I done had women walk up to me. So you want to dance? And everybody looking like, oh shit, Toomp, you got chose. And it'll be a bad motherfucker who we just saw earlier. Like, damn, bro, she dead ass fine. Next thing you know, slow music come on. And women walking around as well. The single ones are like, shit, I want somebody to dance with. And they picking and choosing. That way you could kind of see what type of woman you really attract.
Yeah.
Them days are fucking gone.
Dang, bro, I feel like that's why, like,
everybody worry about.
You can't be a man. Like, that teaches you how to be a man. Like,
bro.
Yeah, but everybody worry about everybody. Think about
I'm so
them.
glad that you could say that shit definitely molded a lot of us into real gentlemen.
Right, because you got to get rejected.
While you dancing, you know, and sometimes the DJ will play, be like, I see about 8 of y'all on the floor. I'm going to, if he don't see enough people slow dancing, he'll speed it back up. But shit, let him put up that one, like, some Keith Sweat shit, and then whatever. Okay, boom, whole dance flow. You got people who know each other dancing, but you got total strangers embraced and talking. Like, yeah, so where you from? Oh, yeah. You ain't got no boy very pretty as you are. You know, you
Smooth
sing it to
talking.
her.
Right,
If you know the words, you might be singing in her ear a little bit. Next thing you know, you gonna get that fucking number.
Now it's like that's looked down upon, like if you're like that.
Man, those days, I can't ever see those coming back. So that's what I'm saying.
They'll
I come
probably
from
come back.
Oh,
Probably
man.
come back.
Shit,
Everything, bro, swings.
You can barely get people to just regularly dance now. Slow dancing?
Yeah, but I don't know. Stuff always swings back.
Oh no, you might be a little hopeful.
I ain't gonna lie,
I might
man.
be.
I would love
might
to see
be.
that shit come back, but just from seeing how shit is nowadays.
Yeah, it's crazy now.
Yeah,
It's
because you got to
crazy
think now. You got to understand the picture I painted. Everybody is clean. Like, in order to even go to a club in Atlanta, period, in the 70s to the mid 90s, you just had to have a decent closet, bro. You know, a lot of cats only put on clothes when they go to funerals now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
what I mean?
I think I only own like one suit.
Yeah, see, you got to get more suits.
Yeah, you literally
gotta get
said
more
it.
suits.
Just funerals, literally.
Yeah, but
Or
back
business
then,
presentations at school.
but back then it didn't have to be
Yeah.
a whole suit. It could just be a nice dress shirt and some pants, but it just was no jeans, no sneakers, and it just had to be a button up. Yeah, so
Right.
that's why back then, that's why we see older pictures. You be like, damn, they was sharp as shit because that was the dress code. But want me to tell you who changed that? BMF. Demetrius Flannery.
These came in.
Because you damn right. There
Changed
you
the
go.
culture.
They told, hey, Meech, man, you can't get in with the t-shirt. Come on, shawty, man. I got 20 people with me, man. I'm finna spend $50 in here. Fuck it, man. Come on. And from there on, and Meech was part of the dress code too. Like, you see some old pictures of Meech and his brother. Yeah, we used to wear gaiters and like, we were clean. So Meech used to be at 112 too, but everybody was clean, gaitered up, minks, and just now you
Minks. Oh my.
Man, people tried to force that shit. I heard fight night. They say people were bringing minks out and it wasn't even cold enough.
Yeah.
McGregor had the mink on and then he had no shirt underneath it.
Yeah. We don't really get them many cold days like we used to back in the days either. So.
Shoot, this week we did.
Yeah,
That's
we
what I'm
did.
saying. This week, super.
Yeah.
Dang,
But
coyote.
I ain't gonna lie, it's like winter used to last a whole fucking week. It's like we just had those days and what is now? What, like 60 degrees out
Right.
here now?
Yeah.
No, it's like 40 right now.
Oh,
I think it's 50 today. So
It's
50 something today.
It did 50
Today
right
warm-
now.
today
yesterday
warmed
was
up.
54 right
41.
now.
Yeah, I'm
Bro,
finna
2
say
days
it's
ago.
mid-50s right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
woke up, it was
low.
24 degrees. Yeah,
Yeah,
a couple
bro,
days.
But so it's like a lot of that shit changed. Like I say, the whole music and that's changed the whole city to a certain degree. And that's why when I watch it, it's like, all right, where are we going? Just like y'all just enlightened me on, like, there's really no 18 and up spots for folks to go to now. And that's part of why this fucking crime rate is going up too.
Right. Ain't got nothing to
They ain't
do.
got shit to do. Damn.
Yeah, he was saying now it's just college parties, and college parties,
Bro, we had nowhere to go
ain't no-
like freshman year, so we would just go through the city just doing bad, like going in abandoned buildings, breaking stuff. Like,
but what happened on the college campus though? I remember I used to DJ a lot of stuff over there, all through the AU.
They had the house parties, but like now it's not. It's a certain crowd that goes to those. So I didn't necessarily fit in with the crowd that was really at the house parties. That's not really like wanted. It was I was in like more of like a middle crowd. Like
you wanted some of that street shit, huh?
Just like I don't know. I just wanted something like I don't know. It was just a little different. I just wanted something fun.
Okay. Yeah, man. So it's like a lot of that shit plays a part because I ain't gonna lie, even me, even still just having my, my feet still in the music games, I had to make myself just come out the house every once in a while just to see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't really do strip clubs like I used to. I love beautiful women, but I like seeing them with clothes on, man. I only want to see a woman naked when I'm about to hit. just the naked, I'm like, you put on some clothes. I think it'll be a lot sexier, with that shit.
Leave a little mystery.
Yeah, leave that. Yeah, you know what I mean? But I still have to stick my head in the club just to see what's happening. And rest in peace, DJ Nando. Man, he was playing the hell out of some Future records back in early 2000, mid 2000 when Futures really started coming through. But I remember being in Onyx and it was like 5 songs in a row. I'm like, damn, who was that? He was like, Future. Another one came on. I went up to the booth. I was like, God damn, who was that? He's like, Future. After he said that about 3 or 4 times, I was like, somebody's on their fucking way.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I started hearing that shit on the radio. I heard that he had got a deal with Epic or whatnot. I was like, okay, I could see that. And Nando definitely played a part in breaking his shit in the strip clubs. That's why I'm wondering, like, when you asked that, I was thinking, damn, strip clubs usually be where most rap shit is broken. Right. Most rap records have been broke,
You can't get in the strip club if you're under 21. 18.
Yeah, back into that part, huh? Shit. Right.
So you got that whole 16 to 20 crowd just wondering.
And people are a little scared of that crowd right now. They scary, man. You got the ones.
But it's like understandably though, because they tweet, go crazy.
Yeah,
the young crowd.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, it's. I'm
saying
you got being scared of the young crowd.
You got the ones who came up real fucked up.
They just bored, bro. They just bored.
You should put the responsibility on the generation before or the parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People ain't stupid for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Stop painting these false images. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's going on.
Yeah, I could say that too.
Niggas are slow. They coming up just thinking that, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna do this.
Yeah, we definitely can. We definitely could say bad parenting is a major issue because you got to think some of these are the crack babies.
Right, exactly.
That's what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? The crack babies. You know what I mean? So when you think of the crack babies, either those parents are still fucked up doing time or not even here no more. And to where they end up being taken, living in their grandmom's house. And grandma don't really know but so much shit that you're doing.
Right.
So a lot of motherfuckers was getting away with a lot of stuff by being raised by grandma.
Right.
You know what? Grandma sleep. She ain't gonna wake up till about 8 o'clock.
And she's tired.
Next thing you know, what you doing? Sneaking out the house. At 9, once he see grandma sleep, now he's sneaking out the house and ain't gonna come back till the fucking morning because he know her fucking schedule. Right. But if you don't have that younger parent, your immediate parent watching you, being raised by grandparents, kids getting away with a lot of shit, male and female. Yeah, so you got that era too, man. So I be trying to figure out little shit though. Besides music, man, I always try to think of different things I could do, man, just to make a lot of things better. Cause just like how you just explained that situation, I'm like, okay, we need a venue that's definitely open for the younger generation. We need that.
Did you hear what Honorable C-Note said?
What'd he say?
When we interviewed him, basically he was just saying that he was trying to figure out how to mix like the positive. You know how he's rapping and stuff. So he's basically saying he's trying to mix the positive image. He's trying to figure out how to mix it with what's going on today. Like what with the kids like he's trying to just
not make it corny because like that song The Pledge is talking about some good stuff and he's doing it a good job.
Like you can make. About.
I think it's shit, man. That ain't hard though.
Yeah, it's not hard, but it's like, do the youth want to hear it? Like you talking about being a real man and stuff like that. That's good.
But I'm gonna tell you though. But see, one thing, just as humans, I wouldn't even say as a producer or artist, just as humans, sometimes you don't know it, but you creating an obstacle, worrying about what people gonna like. You kind of just got to do that shit. Old Town Road, dude, he didn't know who were gonna play that shit in the clubs or nothing.
Facts.
Chance the Rapper. He wasn't thinking, he was just did what he do. See, people got to get back into doing what they do. Andre 3000. I talked to him in fucking Whole Foods for about an hour one day. We just in that motherfucker right by the meat section, just talking. All these fine-ass women walking by trying to be seen. I'm like, boy, they know you in this motherfucker. and we would, I think that's when Kendrick's second album came out, Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay.
And we were just talking about Kendrick. And well, as far as major release, you know. But and I was like, Dre, so what's up, bro? Love Dre, man. Fucking good dude. I was like, man, what's up? What we gonna do? He said, man, I don't know, man. I don't know if I fit in. I was like, if that's really the problem, I was like, fitting in, no, you're a fucking trendsetter.
Right.
But no, that man really care about fitting in with what the young generation is doing. And I'm like, yo, man, you really just got to do you. Like, worrying about or trying to figure out if they gonna like it or not, oh man, you're gonna have about 5 years go by. Next thing you know, you ain't gonna want to do this shit no more. So you really just got to do this shit. Cause think about how many songs that have come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you think who we just talking about, Griselda and them. They just did what they do. They wasn't thinking like, let's see if the young folks gonna fuck with this. You just got to do what you do. Cause if you think about, if you get caught up into thinking and wondering if people gonna like it, that's an obstacle, man. And that shit gonna keep you just, you ain't gonna never jump out.
Let's talk about some of the sources of that. I think one thing is people worried about the money, thinking like I gotta get to what's gonna make me money quick as possible.
As
producers, as artists.
But think about how many motherfuckers make shit that sound like everything on the radio and they ain't making no money.
Right.
Damn.
It's still, you can make shit that just sound, you can get Mike Will or me or a goddamn Metro Boomin and anybody to produce that shit. But if it sound like everything else that's out there, it's just gonna be, it ain't making no splash in the pool, no way.
And that's where I think we're really at right now. Is it kind of like, I don't know, me personally, I'm getting tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. I'm wondering what's gonna be that turning point.
I was talking about whether it's gonna be the type of drums,
gotta be the drums.
And I hear dude, like y'all just played the dude with the high voice. It's good to reach over, but that's a little too fucking different.
I'm not gonna lie, it made me happy when I heard it though, just because it was just like, it just made me happy.
I'm gonna tell you, but that right there was a little weird to me. But it's two left field joints I heard. And what's my man, Rico Presley?
Social
life. You ever heard that? Mike Will put him out.
Rico Presley, Socialite. Let's hear it.
Yeah. And that shit was dope. I was like, yo, I think that shit gonna catch, man.
I mean,
But you really consider that truly different?
No, let it roll. And watch how, yeah. Watch his verses. Is that?
Nah,
I'm not gonna be.
That's what I'm saying. It's different. I ain't saying it's the shit.
No.
It's different.
No. The reason why it's not different is because the drums are the same and then the cadence is the same. Like it's a thin. It's like,
okay, so you need to change that.
The cadence.
'Cause when I heard it, I was like, damn, that's a tone. I was like, yo, Mike, that shit might catch. Cause I just seen Mike Will done put some energy behind a few projects. But one thing I give him is that he ain't afraid to try shit.
Right.
And when he put that out, and then I think he tried it with Trouble. Then he got his other cat named Ears. And that Ears shit ain't really just caught yet, but it's like,
oh, he been around for a minute though.
Yeah,
I remember seeing him back in 2015.
But I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ears been around and got some decent shit, but when you hear something different, you be like, damn, if that didn't catch, yeah, you're right. What the fuck?
I don't think this
that didn't catch.
I don't think
that's not too far.
I don't think them beats are burning out though.
No, I'm saying like just with that song right there, right? That just sounds like what people expect like us to like.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like,
I don't think it's falling off. Like I think that it's purposely, the music's purposely coming out like that.
Yeah, that's just.
I don't think that, like, what I'm saying is like them trap drums, the same ones we talking about, like it's like even more accepted on the radio. Like that's what you hear more.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm not
Justin
saying.
Bieber just came on the Yummy joint.
I'm not saying it's
Yummy shit is all day. Yeah,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying that I feel like this is what it's gonna be. You know, I don't think it's gonna change.
But that's the new standard. Is the trap?
Yeah, that's
it is the standard.
You know
but my whole thing is like, how long though? That shit been going
how long?
for a minute.
Yeah, but look,
it's been going on for a minute, right?
Hell yeah, that shit done had a run.
The songs D Hill just did
for Future and Drake.
Yeah, but then he just did one for Marlo. Then Future, Marlo, and Lil Baby.
Oh, for real?
And like it's like that sound is like, did it come back? Like you know what I'm saying? Those trap drums, like.
Let me play it.
Pull it up real quick. Like future.
This is a real analytical episode.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, man, one of my favorite recent records of overall was goddamn Sicko Mode. I love that.
Yeah, that was
that motherfucker put them 3 beats together, man.
The first time
that man took 3 tracks.
This was radio music right now. That's radio. You feel me?
Now talk about new stuff. But I mean, this don't sound nothing too different.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
You're saying the new standard is
that's what's
okay.
I'm saying, but it's not. You can't even call it a new standard. That shit has been a standard.
Not new, but
it's just gone from like what we knew in Atlanta
what
to like
we knew
now
to like this is what it's supposed
standard.
to be. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
but I'm like that shit done had a run, man. I'm like, and I'm not sitting here waiting for it to be over, but I'm like, all right, who gonna change it up? Because I was just sitting with one of my executive partners, right? He just got a new position at RCA. And we were sitting in Patchwork, you know, he called me in as a big homie, and we just sitting there listening to, you know, different things that come through. 3 or 4 artists sound like Lil Baby.
Yeah.
You know, the same cadence and all. And I'm like, damn, folks just want to get in the pool instead of making a splash.
Right.
Oh.
Ain't nobody cannonballing it.
You like Pop Smoke?
I keep seeing his name. I haven't heard him.
Pop Smoke?
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say we can't leave out the drill beats.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. Isn't that like UK, like London sound?
Yeah, that's where it originated.
That's what they bringing that shit out. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to pull them up and check them out.
Pop Smoke.
I think like the Sicko Mode when that came out, that made a splash. I think about when Childish Gambino made Redbone.
Yes,
when that came out, that made a splash.
Now see, he's a bad motherfucker. That man reminded me of Prince or some shit because he's not scared to do. He's
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's a bad motherfucker, man. He act, comedian.
Yeah.
He write
all around.
You know what I mean?
But those sounds, if you like go back at the landscape and then see when those moments came out, like Lil Yachty, you had never. Those big leaps are the big splashes.
Travis brought Pop Smoke on the Jack Boys album.
I don't know.
He put one of them London beats on there.
The Gotti shit.
Yeah, the Gotti shit. Yeah. He just threw that on there.
Yeah, but that's still pretty close to like it's just trap drums. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just kind of. It just seems like it's like more UK, more New York kind of. I don't know.
See, what's been proven to me, what I've noticed is, when you think of even when it comes to R&B or just soul music, like shit, Lizzo, her shit stands out from everything that you hear in rotation. You'll be like, oh, who is this?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It ain't hot for it. First of all, the mixes are incredible. You can tell they was mixed like a motherfucker. And all her records are well mixed. Like I got an engineer ear right along with being a producer. And it's just certain shit that just when it sticks out, man, like you saying, the Donald Glover's joint, shit, even Bruno Mars.
24 Karat.
Yeah, like that shit just boom. And it's kind of an old school 80s feel, but it just sticks out amongst everything on the radio. That shit just got its own little. Hey, turn that up,
right? Okay. Even when Migos were coming out with the stir fry, and it was kind of like that, like that was
for real. And I was surprised that they even got a track from Pharrell. I didn't think QC wanted to fuck with no other producers, actually. You know what I mean?
Tyler, Earthquake,
that was...
Listen, man.
It's just, those
Tyler,
are big
one of my favorite artists, man. That motherfucker cold.
Since he's been out, he's been doing it. Now, I've not always been the best stuff, but he's always been like
when I found out that he was doing all the production, that's when I was like, okay, you know what? As an overall talent, yeah, that dude's cold, man.
And
his
if you
videos are the shit.
If you look at his old camp that he used to run with, no one else has ever reached the success that he has because I don't think anyone has swung for the fences like he has on so many projects. Everyone's kind of stayed the course. Like Earl's kind of stayed the course. Damo Genesis kind of stayed the course. Like
I feel you.
Yeah, Tyler's there. He's special, man.
Yeah.
He's special. Very.
Yeah, he's special. He's special. You know, he's a big kid. Right. You know what I mean? He open with how he kick it. You know what I mean? And ain't no shame with it. And the thing about it, you can tell he ain't no punk motherfucker either. Like he might have hands too. We already know.
He came from that skate
just think that, and you got to think too, man. And all 4 of us, even the young lady, I bet it's been that one motherfucker at school
You just don't mess with.
Who you'll think that's soft as hell because he just playing. But boy, that motherfucker got hands from hell.
Yeah, he would really
watch
turn
him
up.
fight, you be like,
really
oh
turn
my
up.
God, boy, we gonna have to call you in next time.
Yes.
Like, motherfucker, you got hands. And Tyler, one of them, and then, like I said, when I first saw his video, I think the one he was eating the bugs and shit.
Oh, that was.
But he was just so left field that I didn't even think that he was producing that shit. I was like, okay, this is a crazy dude. But then I was like, oh my God, this dude loaded with talent, man.
Yeah.
Bad motherfucker, man.
Fact.
Yeah.
I remember when Yonkers came out. That was.
What video is that where he caught on fire while he on stage and shit?
I don't know.
Y'all ain't seen that one?
No.
Man, they show that shit on Revolt all the time. It's like he performing and this shit, and he just only.
Yeah, that's Earthquake.
That's Earthquake.
Oh, yeah, Earthquake. Yeah,
The music videos.
yeah, the video. You
Yeah, I
ain't
don't
seen the
think
music
I
video?
seen it.
Oh my God, man, that shit straight entertaining like a motherfucker.
Damn.
Do you remember when he came out that one where everything was white and then it was like certain things were black? I forget.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was so super left field.
All that left field shit. That's why I be telling people too. I think well as any artist, and y'all should pass this on to the rest of them. Every artist gonna have a producer. You're gonna have your engineer.
Mhm.
You're gonna have your management. You might have a few of your goons, but you got to have a video guy on deck.
Yeah.
You got a video guy who can grow with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of you just having to search all the time for a person to do a video, no, you got to have a video guy that's a part of your shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I gotta give a shout out to my boy Billy Rax
Yeah.
for that too, because he.
That's your guy?
Yeah. No, he's an artist and he's got a fire ass director.
You got to.
Well, he really directs. He's got a fire ass like camera guy and shooter and stuff, editor. But he's really pushing the.
And that's a part of it. That's really and even when it's not time to do a music video, you want to have him on deck just when you out and about, just to have content. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's a part of breaking the artist too. Is like think about how many artists you've seen had songs that was way bigger than them. Like when that song get old or play out, that artist play out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you got certain artists to where certain people that just think, you got artists who will be hella popular and haven't made not one hit. Like, I know who the fuck Ice JJ Fish is. I know exactly who he is. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
But now that everybody know who he is, if he fuck around and make a hit record, a banger, it's out of here. Because he done laid the foundation down. You know who he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think a lot of artists gonna really just gonna have to really introduce themselves just to the world and let them know that they even on this earth breathing. Then let the people know that you actually make records. But at least get your following going. If you're a skateboarder, okay, let motherfuckers see you do skateboard. If you making clothes or you grow weed or whatever the hell you got, that could be a part of your movement to run parallel with your artistry. That needs to be known.
Build your brand.
Do you paint?
Super gems.
You know, do you do graffiti or whatever? Like, you know what I mean?
Because then you'll attract the people that do similar activities, and it's not just solely relying on
Wayne
music.
never really knew how to skateboard. He knew that was a market.
And that's why he wasn't even fire at it, but he just enjoyed doing it.
Now, Lil Jon actually know how to skateboard.
What?
Yeah.
Snap your fingers.
Yeah. Lil Jon actually was a real skateboarder.
Really?
And that's how he was able to get that whole skateboard. Yeah. That's
shit.
That's
when
like Rich the Kid. Rich the Kid can really skate.
Yeah.
He can really skate.
I've been seeing him grinding and shit.
But when Lil Wayne started like catering to a skateboarder lifestyle, that's what took his shit. That made him a real household name with the black and the whites at that point. You know what I mean?
He came out with that brand, the skate brand. What was it? Truck Fit.
Truck Fit, yeah.
Oh shit. Forgot
So
about
what I'm
Truck
saying,
Fit.
that's where we are now. Like you got to have something that's gonna run right along with your artistry. It's got to be something else that's gonna attract people more than them just wait for your music.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's got to be. It's like ASAP. You know, he's into the fashion shit. So if you don't hear no music, you got people still. Let me see what he gonna put on. Let me see what he's wearing today. What he's gonna wear on stage type shit. So it's a lot of other elements that come with it, man. That as far as really being that guy. Yeah.
So man, I feel like we got so much more to talk about, man.
Yeah, we do. I'm gonna say, man, we can cover. Y'all can
goodness.
bring me in anytime, man. Shit, I could be like the Lord Jamal of Vlad type shit. We cover whatever, man.
Start getting you a segment.
I'm not too much into the politics as far as like all that presidential shit. I don't get into that, but just on life shit, man. Just as far as anything else, I ain't really into politics, but. Man, we want to talk about the earth and just atmosphere, where I think we're gonna be in about 2030.
Yeah.
UFOs, aliens, I'm into all that shit.
All
That's
stuff.
my shit. Yeah, I'm working
I saw
on
that you like when you were going through the Earth with the fire, you like, look, they had UFOs back in the day.
showing the pyramids and all that. Yeah, them guys, they know what they were talking about, man. Shit, George Clinton, Parliament, you know, he brought the mothership down. That was like the UFO type shit. But yeah, it's like everybody got their things, man, you know. But no, we cover some of everything though, man. So yeah.
I want to talk about a lot of the stuff we talked about at the town hall, this past town hall, but I feel like we can't get there without covering your early to mid 2000s career. And I know the fans, they'll be mad if we don't talk about, you know.
Let's cover that. Hell yeah.
So
we got the editors on pop too, you know, we chop some of that shit up.
man, we keeping it all. We keeping it all. So I guess let's start out, man. How did you and T.I. start working?
Through my homeboy named Toomp, who grew up with me in the neighborhood. I've been knowing Toomp since 4th grade. We eventually started getting some extra money together, you know, silently. A lot of cats didn't know what the hell we were doing in the neighborhood, pulling up in BMWs and wearing all this jewelry and shit. And he used to always tell me every once in a while we make a play, he'd be like, man, Toomp, you got to listen to my little cuz, man, you know. And finally, you know, after just a few times, he brought him to the house. And shit, once he pressed play, he let me hear some of his music. And kind of find out it was some beats that Tip actually had made. He actually did the beats and all. It was him and the PSC was on there. Yeah, Doug, Big Country and all of them. But I noticed every time when a certain verse come, I'd be like, whoo, who the fuck is that? Tip be like, yeah, that me, shawty. Okay. It was 97 now. He was only 19 years old.
Yeah.
And I hear another one, you know, I hear Doug and the rest of them, you know, I'd be like, all right, them guys cool, you know, which they actually doing totally different shit with Tip now. You know, everybody start off wanting to rap too, but eventually they'll find out whatever, you know, that they're great at other shit.
Yeah.
And it was about 3 more records he played. I'm like, wow, who is that? He's like, yeah, that me again. And I was like, yo, man, you know, we gonna have to focus on you. And your boys, we'll get them later. But right now, nigga, you that motherfucker. Like, you got it. And man, from there on, we cut like a 5-song demo, man. And started moving it around, and I had something to write, you know, I was able to thump this bag, like, yeah, I ain't got this. You know what I mean? I started playing it for people, and I got thumbs up from everybody.
Yeah.
And eventually I knew he needed management. Around that time, Jason Jeter was working at the old Patchwork. He was just an intern. And I used to see Jason reading a lot. And I was like, yo, you know, what's up, man? You rap? You produce? He's like, no, man, I want to get into management. I'm like, I got your first client. Little young dude named Tip that I'm fucking with. Introduced him and Jay. That was the whole thing. That's how Grand Hustle got here. I put them two together. Yeah, they never would have known each other passing through the mall in the streets, nothing. Like, yeah, I brought all that. So, and then Jason ended up playing some of the stuff for KP. When KP had came through Patchwork a few times, and Jay was like, yo, you know, I got this dude, man, me and Toomp working on, man, and KP was like, oh, you fuck with Toomp? He was like, yeah, man, you know, shit, we link up almost every day now. You know what I mean? So when he played it for KP was like, damn, the dude fire. And he let him get on PA's album. And next thing you know, shit, he was signed to LaFace.
And then, you know, we got, you know, big records from you too, like Be Easy, 24, You Don't Know Me, and then What You Know, which to this day is still your biggest commercially successful record, right?
That and Good Life.
And Good Life, yeah.
Good Life with Kanye.
And Can't Tell Me Nothing, yeah. So those are 3 top right there.
But whatchamacallit, you don't, I'm sorry, but What You Know actually went multi-platinum as a single itself. Right?
Yeah, it did, huh? Yeah. That's that motherfucker. Yeah, that was that one.
Yeah.
That brought a lot of work. Yeah, that was a big record. Huge record. Still strikes me the same way every time I hear it.
Yeah. And I feel like this is a good segment into like some of the stuff we were talking about at the town hall. You know, you were talking a lot about, you know, the pay structures back then, the advances back then versus now type stuff.
Yes.
If you don't mind us asking, man, like what was your rate back then? Like what was it looking like back then?
Between 40 and 60.
Yeah.
K, easy. You know what I mean? Record? Yeah, for one record. Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't nothing, man, because you gotta think the budgets was a lot bigger. See, and I break it down, but fuck it, I can break it down on you guys right now. What it is, during that era, it was physical items being sold. So the same way that you see people standing in line for a new PlayStation game or the new Jordans, it's a line wrapped around the building because it's physical, it's tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Can't download Jordans. You can't, you got to either be in line or put a hell of a early order in. You got to be there to physically get it. So when you speak of these little plastic discs that only cost what? To maybe a few cents just for the disc, but then you're talking about packaging this up with this disc that have all this data on here with 14 songs and the paperwork. You open it up to see the credits. It only costs about 70 cents to put that together. Mm-hmm. And each one of those going for $8.99, some $10.99, some $11.99.
Mm-hmm.
So
even if you just want one song on there, you got to buy the whole thing.
You got to buy the whole album. And it wasn't no thing buying the whole CD. Come on, like shit. So that's money that's really being seen and made. But so when a person, that's why like right now when people are like, oh, we went gold, people used to laugh at you when you just go gold. Especially they'd be like, oh man, well, we hope you platinum by next week. Going gold on the first week wasn't shit.
Yeah.
500,000, physical copies. And that's all over the country. And then next thing you know, once you sit on Arsenio's couch or whatever, boom, you platinum within another week. We talking about another 500,000 joints, once again, for 70 cents that's going for $9 and $10. That's a lot of goddamn money being made.
Yeah.
But now, with streaming,
whoa,
people scratching their head like, all right, the money coming from where? Who?
Right.
Like you can't even audit that.
Yeah.
So it was so much immediate money, direct money being made within the first week. Labels didn't have no problems giving Timbaland $150 for a track. Teddy Riley $200K for one track. Sometimes $40,000 just to even get in the studio and nothing come out.
Yeah.
So
they scaled down. That's a huge.
And we're talking about videos no less
down.
than 600,000. All them you see them old Busta Rhymes videos, and you can see it like, damn, them was some well-produced videos. Yeah, them shit was like $1-2 million.
Yeah.
Easy, no problem.
Damn.
So when true physical money was coming in, labels didn't have no problem. Oh, how much to 40 a track? Oh, okay. Oh, going to cut him. Oh, give him 120,000. Oh, he got 3 songs on the album. Okay.
And now what about like
no problem.
What about royalty points on records?
Well, royalties, it was like what? Let's say out of an $8.99 CD, and what was I getting? What? My points, I might have been getting about a good 80 cents off each CD.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
So a million sold, you're seeing almost $1 million.
Yeah, it was some cool money.
Yeah.
What? A million? Now you get $1 million.
No, I'm saying right there, about a good between 70 cents. Yeah, off that, off of $8.99. Yeah, you were seeing some money.
Yeah.
And what you know
That's
about
ridiculous.
that? That's your highest earning, even over the graduation album with Kanye?
Well, as far as single,
yeah, I was talking single sales.
Yeah, you talking about single.
I was about to say because that album.
Yeah.
Because that's a 2-time
graduation was.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Now that King album did pretty damn good though.
Yeah,
because that was connected to the ATL movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So if you ask a producer right now, what are you getting off each unit? Everybody will scratch their head because you don't know where to even start.
5 cents.
Yeah, you won't know how to start even counting.
Yeah.
It's
Well, let's give them. I can break down some of the math. So let's talk about a double platinum album, right? In the streaming world now, right?
I'm so glad you're doing this.
Yeah,
thank you, man.
Breaking it down in the streaming world, right? 2 times platinum. That in the real world, that's 2 million records sold, right? Because platinum is 1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gold is 500,000, platinum is 1 million. So we're talking 2 times platinum. That's 2 million. That's equivalent to 300 million streams because it's 150. It's one sale is 150 streams.
Okay, so 150 streams equals one.
Equals
CD.
one record sale. And now that
Okay.
they count streams, that in the new landscape, I sometimes I can't talk.
No, I
but
got it.
Nah, I feel you.
so in the current landscape, 150 streams is one sale. So if you go, in order to go 2 times platinum, that's 300 million streams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And under Spotify's royalty rates, 300 million streams, which is double platinum, is equivalent to about $1.2 million earned.
Total.
And total earned. So if we're going back to like, how much did a single CD cost back in the day?
$8.99.
That's $1 million?
No. The albums were $8.99. Single CD was going for like $3.99, $4.99.
So yeah, so
Like fight at $5.
So we're talking
$5 for one song.
We're talking
Single?
$8 to $10
singles
million.
were going like $3 or $4, yeah, between $3 and $5 for a single.
So we're talking $8 to $10 million generated versus 1.2 million now, and that's
but show money. Merch money.
Yeah, but
that's
a different conversation.
Right.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Extra.
We're gonna get to that. So that's what I'm just saying. Like that's a big difference in itself from 8 to 10 million to 1.2 million. You know what I mean?
That's scaled down too much, bro. It's like you might as well not even fucking make a beat unless you know what I'm saying? You know
unless
your
it's
business,
your
right?
artist.
You know, yeah.
Unless it's your artist, you got some type of 360 shit agreement with that artist to where you eat some of his show money.
360?
Some type of, I mean, independent labels been doing 360 for the longest.
Mm-hmm.
Like Luke been eating off all his artist show money. Like that's when the CEOs used to be on tour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Russell Simmons was out there with LL and them when they was touring.
Said, like Birdman too.
Birdman too. Lil J. Shit, Suge. Like, they came up with this 360 shit. See, a lot of shit popped up with that 360 was off of Omarion and them. B2K.
Mm-hmm.
They were selling records, a decent amount of records. They might have just been been hitting gold and platinum. But off their tours, they were making like 20, 30 mil.
Mm.
And that's when the label were like, hold on, man, we done spent all this money promoting y'all and we thinking y'all finna sell 3 or 4 million, but you only sell 1 million. But y'all coming back off tour, you goddamn 30, 40 million.
Yeah.
On the strength of us promoting you. So we definitely got to start eating. And then when they
So labels weren't getting none of that?
No.
Wow.
Because labels, because you got to think, out of $8.99, the profit that the labels were making off these units, they were cool. They didn't give a fuck about what you got off shows. But then when the streaming started, they were like, hold on, where we going to really get our money from? So, hey, we're going to have to eat off that, and we're going to have to figure this streaming shit out, too. We ain't just for the hell y'all doing all these shows, making 40 million off of a tour, but we over here trying to crunch these damn streaming numbers.
So more detailed, a 360 is everything. It's like merch.
Yeah, merch too.
Shows.
Yep. Say you fuck around and get a movie deal or something.
Movies?
Yeah, because they're part, because you that product, you signed to that label. And
even like if you had a Target ad or some shit?
Yeah, it's a great chance that that's 362 because that's a part of them putting money behind you. Like, how we gonna get that back? It ain't coming back per unit, $8.99 no more.
Right.
We got to just hope that this shit stream a certain amount. And
so
then
everything you make.
And so what only thing, see, the streaming is, and I definitely, and it's good that you could count that like that, but I come from an era, and like I say, and like how we're slow dancing to come back type shit. So
you want CDs coming back?
I would love for something physical to come back because I come from the era to where if you was out in the spring or summer and you released a new album, and let's say you at an event, let's say you standing, let's say it's Super Bowl weekend, everybody riding or whatever, they windows down, and when you hear your shit playing in the car, you know that 90% of them people purchased that shit.
Ooh.
You feel me? When you hear your shit, boy, they playing our shit. He playing it too. When you heard Chronic and all them albums in the 90s playing in people's cars, everybody paid for those.
Yeah.
People didn't even want to duplicate it. You could have, but I'd rather get the shit. I want to read the credits. I want to know that I got one. A real Dr. Dre Chronic album. I want this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's just I got it in here. It's good just knowing that you purchased this shit.
And if you do the math, right? So 150 streams is one song sale. So a 10-song album, that's 1,500 streams. That's what it is, 1,500 streams for an album sale. When's the last time you really listened to songs on an album 1,500 times recently? Like that's the part.
But the thing is though, there's more users. You're able to discover more artists. If I'm gonna spend $8.99, I'm gonna get the artists that I like. But now streaming, I'll go listen to a bunch of other people. So there's more streams out there. It's just that they're not all centered and focused.
Yeah,
on
but
that
the business isn't lucrative though.
I don't think I'm listening to 1,500 songs a month.
And this the part that I have a problem with. Just like, so with streaming companies, what you pay monthly, right?
About $10 a month.
$10 a month.
Right.
Just think, that's how much each CD is. So for $10, you got everybody's shit. That means they done devalue our music to the point to where your shit is a part of a monthly plan instead of a $8.99 CD. Yeah. So now your shit is a part of a $10 a month plan.
But you can't have this conversation without leaving out the fact, like, we're coming from an era where nobody was buying music anymore. We were straight downloading. So
that's
streaming is almost the savior of it.
But see, that's the problem. I got you. No, it's the problem started is when they let the downloading shit take over. Like when old boy started Napster.
Yeah.
The same way how motherfuckers told Ford, hey man, we see y'all making them electric cars, but y'all got to shut that shit down. We don't want that out yet. We still trying to sell gas.
Yeah.
If they would have treated the music business the same way, okay, we hear this shit, Mr. Napster guy, but if you do that shit again, we're going to kill you or sue you.
Didn't he go to jail for life, though?
Nah, not for no life. No,
one of the... Oh, that's Bitcoin. That's the thing that's Bitcoin.
Oh. So those guys. So it's like, if they would have just... It's like they kind of... The industry took that shit and they took the beat 'em, join 'em route too soon instead of bucking on it. But they could have bucked on it and said, hey, man, we see this little technology shit you got over here, but we gonna sue the shit out of you or we gonna kill you if you fuck with our business.
But that only lasts for so long.
It became a peer-to-peer thing.
Huh?
After Napster, it got more into like the torrenting thing.
Yeah, because
the LimeWire, which is peer-to-peer. There's no one guy putting it all out for free. It's like, but you got it, I'm downloading from you, I'm downloading
But if they would have made it illegal to do that with our music.
Well, it was
like right
illegal.
Now.
Yeah, but that's why they made the stream because but we found out that's the better way. So they said, fuck.
It's taken over.
I don't think it was controllable the way it was.
Okay,
with LimeWire and all that.
But it wasn't controllable. But they still could have made a law saying, "Hey, man, we see what y'all doing, but that's not how we're gonna do it." Just like right now, who you think selling the most CDs right now? CDs, physical.
Probably vintage probably like older, older
music.
music.
You're probably about to fuck our heads up.
I won't even just say music. No.
A younger. What?
PlayStation and Xbox.
But even them, they're going away from it now.
Yeah, but I bet you ain't gonna be able to break that code the way you break music code. See, a music code is easy to break.
Nah, you can download them on torrent.
No, I'm saying break it.
Break
you
the
can
code.
Download it. Break that code where you could get it free or illegal. Like, see, I got cats who used to break the code on PlayStation games on the first stage, and you look at the graphics, you'd be like, okay, I see how a geek can break that. But when that PlayStation 2 and that X came, where that shit started looking like cartoons, oh yeah, motherfucker didn't have time to try to break that.
Okay.
And then another thing too, like you can download like Xbox games and stuff, but you can't go online with them. They know and they can ban your IP. You know what I'm talking about?
You see what you're saying?
So they got
all that could have been.
They got a lot of control over that.
Yeah, but it had to get
so
their
what I'm
hands
saying
though.
is why they couldn't treat the music game like that.
Because it had to get their hands though.
It's gonna
it had to be too
even
strong,
eventually
bro.
Xbox is like it's gonna take over eventually.
What you mean?
Being able to crack it, get
You
it.
think they're gonna be able to crack Xbox now?
It's eventually.
Nah, hell no.
No, bro.
They already
eventually,
surpassed that, bro.
I know the geeks.
They already
man,
surpassed
and
that, bro.
A lot of geeks
talking about
We passed fraud.
They was like those
graphics
graphics on these new
Passed that.
games. Boy, you had to be a bad
But I'm just saying,
to crack that.
in 10 years, it's not gonna be too hard to get it.
Now listen, Kansas, we passed that.
technology.
We passed fraud and like
Listen,
games.
because they're not gonna let you play online.
When they cracked it, them games were still skipping and getting stuck. That way you knew what the bullshit was. You could kind of
okay. So the game industry is that it may not be at, but why is it like? I just feel like the technology. I feel like the streaming. They saw that this was a problem. They couldn't avoid the problem. Yeah, they could have postponed it a little bit more, but eventually it's gonna win.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's gonna win.
Because you know how ugly it was for producers in the mixtape era. There was no advances. There was no royalties. You were putting out music. The artists were going and touring, making all their money off of shows, and the producers 100% left out.
A lot of that was our fault.
Yes,
because we the good guys. That's why you don't ever hear producers beefing. Yeah. Only motherfucker you might hear raising hell is Southside. Shout out to Southside. That's my guy. I done had to hit him a few times like, hey man, calm down. Don't say on Pyru again. Please don't say that. I don't care how blood you are. Stop saying on Pyru, man. That shit gonna open too many other doors. Like, stop. So, but I fuck with Southside, the whole mafia. But it's a lot of that is our fault though. Because we the nice guys, and we can't wait to hear somebody rap over our shit. We've been hearing our instrumentals play so long, we can't wait to hear somebody just spit over our shit. So hey man, I'm gonna give you a beat CD. Boom, next thing you know, it's on the mixtape. And you're right. And that's business that that type shit ain't gonna really go down too tough now. Cause I'm like, hey man, I'm seeing that activity, man. You need to holler at me, bro. If you performing my record, you need to work something out. Like I was trying to get a law passed saying that we eat off of every time an artist perform my shit on stage.
And I would definitely have that in the notes because that's what you're talking about at the town hall.
Yeah.
What are the steps to actually enforce that?
The first step I think would be to start a union.
Well, first of all, let's tell the audience exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about
what we're speaking of is, let's say you're a producer fresh out your mom's basement. Boom, you gave an artist a beat CD with 5 beats. He took one of your beats, blew up. Next thing you know, this shit on the radio. Next thing you know, he getting shows. He's starting off in Georgia. Next thing you know, he in Alabama. Oh shit, man, we in Florida. I'm gonna be gone for the whole week. I got 5 shows a week now, 4 shows a week. And this guy's getting $5,000 a night. But he haven't paid you for your beat.
And your song is the main song he's performing.
And your song is the one he's performing. So I'm trying to put something together to where this artist performed this song. It's gonna have to be some type of the main way to do is to try to create an internal fee. So hey, to book this artist, how much you charge? Well, $4,000 a show. Okay. Well, boom. All right. Well, this new such and such a law that just been passed. I need to know what songs you're performing and how many songs you're performing and the names of them. Okay. You performing this? Okay, you're gonna do that, and you're gonna do that. Okay, cool. So there's gonna be an extra, maybe $400 just for the fees of the producers and the writers of these songs. Mm-hmm. So to have you perform here is $5,400. So just think, if you're the only writer on that record or 50-50, you might get $100 every time the artist perform your record.
Yeah.
And that ain't shit for a motherfucker who getting $10,000, $20,000 a night.
Hell yeah.
That's just something that you getting every time you touch that song. And then you do your shit. I mean, you ain't trying to get half the show money. You be like, no, let's just include this fee every time this artist is booked. And you're going to find out because every show is being promoted. So you can't just secretly do shows. Right. And it's going to be on the radar. You know what I mean? And after the fee is going to be such a minute thump on a fucking aircraft carrier. Like, who's going to really feel that little thump? Right. You get $30,000 a night, but each song that you performing, maybe 100 or 200 go to the writers. You only you doing 8 songs or whatever, so that ain't shit.
Yeah.
Right. So my whole thing is, because you got the road manager who's getting paid before the beat maker, the security, the guy driving the van,
the
DJ, the promoter,
5,
the bar,
6. The motherfucker who doing the after party.
The dudes outside selling, security. You need extra tickets.
Yeah, your merch guy who got, the shirts printed up with the face and the name of the song on the shirts of your song. So everybody is getting paid, and guess what he's telling you? Hey man, we get a deal, boy. I'm gonna come back and take care of you.
We got one.
But no, you pulling up in my fucking driveway in this loud ass car with the doors flying up all crazy. Talking about you gonna pay me when we get a deal. How much you getting a show? Pay me now.
Right.
And a lot of them ain't built like that. That's when you start really seeing, okay, y'all,
real character.
You ain't my fucking friend. You right here using me, man. Now this song got you, and you coming over here asking for some more beats.
Right.
And talking about you ain't gonna pay me until you get a deal. Then you got motherfuckers be trying to stay independent as long as they can. So my whole thing, instead of any producer sitting back waiting for a deal to come, no. If you're performing this shit, and if you're still independent, but you getting money, if you performing this song, I'm gonna get paid whether you got a deal or not.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, that's the structure as far as the payment plan. But then you got to get a unit, just got to be just an organization of everybody coming together saying, hey, rounding up all the hot producers, like, hey man, let's hold on to our shit. This is what we need to do to cover our ass and when this law is passed, it's in. Once it's passed, it's passed. Mm-hmm. That shit is a part of every contract at this point. Mm-hmm. So that means, shit, you done open up, I feel that you opening up a situation where your great-great-grandkids and everybody, after you leave here, and shit, somebody perform one of your songs, Your daughter eating off that shit.
Facts.
Repeat that one more time
Facts.
just in case the mic didn't catch that.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the same way how you get publishing for all your life unless you sell it, that means, yeah, you still gonna have rights to this song. So after you even leave this earth, and if somebody's performing this song and getting paid for it, your grandkids or whoever you done left the estate to is still eating off of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and because it's really a show-driven game now.
Right.
People don't really give a damn about record sales like they used to.
Right.
Especially now when you see the numbers that you're getting per unit. It's like, it's about the shows. Shows, that's all they want.
Yeah.
So that way, boom, you'll be glad to give somebody some shit on a mixtape. Okay, yeah, I do your whole mixtape. Because the minute you go start doing shows, this new law passed, I'm automatically, time you touch the stage, you got to sign this contract that's going to send some shit to my house either way because you performing 3 of my songs when you go out on the road. So I'm eating no matter what. You know what I mean?
So no, go ahead.
I know what you about to say. What if it's not a paid show?
No, I was gonna say just how what type of organizational body could enforce that and make that happen. I think you were talking about.
Well, more of a union. Just a union. Just producers unifying. The right big names coming together and explaining that shit to everybody and letting them know how important this shit is and how much control that we would have over our music again. To a degree. Well, we really don't have control, but at least we don't have the control of it no more. Cause after you give a motherfucker a thumb drive or email it to her, that's it. Your dog is off the leash at that point. Right. You know what I mean? So it's just got to be something that's going to cover our ass after because we definitely don't have control of it.
Yeah.
But that'll be at least the last of at least a small little chain or something that we feel that we can keep, that we can hold on to.
Shoestring.
At least a shoestring. Just to say, hey, man, when you perform this record, this is coming to my house every month. So when you go on tour, boom, I know I got something coming to the house because I done seen your whole schedule and I know what songs you're performing. So
even if it's at a little hole in the wall venue,
it's still that, because that fee is going to be a part of it. And like I say, and it's going to the writers of every song that you perform. And I've had people, high execs tell me like, Toomp, that's an incredible, brilliant idea, but it's a steep hill to climb. But it was like, one thing I will say that is not impossible. So, shit, man, you know, I'm only 50 now. Shit, if it's done by the time I'm 70, I'd be happy. Yeah. Because it's gonna, shit, anybody can't tell me nothing, good life or whatever.
Right.
I think that's a really
practical,
doable plan. And I've heard, like, I don't know if maybe you and Drumboy had a conversation because he actually posted a couple of days ago or like this month saying, what he said, imagine if producers got paid for club spins or a split of artist shows.
Yeah, but see, everybody trying to do that now. I did that in 2017 because I called mine the Davis Act 2017 is what I called it. My last name Davis.
Yeah.
And that's when it really, I had the idea was in really 2010.
Yeah.
My man Big John, when I used to be with EMI.
Okay.
Then he ended up going to Warner. Now he's back with EMI Sony. But I ran that to him, and that's what he told me. He was like, man, that's a beautiful idea. But yeah, I'm hearing more people talk about it now, but I was the first one with that.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying that.
Yeah, can't nobody, But I would love to, cause me and Drummer talked about it real quick, but I was like, well, okay, if we talking about the same shit, let's get together on it. But me and Sonny Digital, we got together on it, but we still haven't really executed nothing. Just got to figure out, like you say, first of all, rounding everybody up, seeing who all get it. Because my whole thing is like, I was like, now, if any artists out there oppose this shit, y'all some greedy motherfuckers. Y'all some lowlifes. Y'all ain't shit. You shitting on everybody, all these producers' face you smiling in front of and just kikiing and partying with. You really look at us like a piece of shit if you disagree with this new act being passed. How can you not understand that? You know what I mean?
And if we're talking about $1,000 tax on a $20,000 show, what's that, 5%?
Yeah, man. And come on.
You'll go to the mall before the show and spend that.
Yeah,
come on,
5 times.
Yeah, but
come on.
I mean,
motherfucker paying that just to ride in Ferraris on the weekend.
Yeah, but like you just said, they are. Like they ain't
a lot of greed.
gonna feel that's what I'm saying.
It's like
the artists ain't gonna care that much.
I think Mike Will and a few other producers that told me that I think when 2 Chainz got his deal, for the people who didn't make his first album, he still broke off everybody who played a part in his mixtape that got him his deal. He went back and broke motherfuckers off. Everybody ain't
not everyone's not built like
everybody ain't built like that, bro.
And that's
really how this shit should go. You know what I mean?
That's on the person if they're a good person or not. You know what I mean? Which it shouldn't be like that.
And that's why I say, man, when this act goes down and once it's posted, any artist who disagree with that got to be, I consider them a real low life, jealous, greedy motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, sure, man, we definitely going to try to shed as much light on this portion of the conversation. So
it's very important.
Intro of the podcast. Like,
okay.
Anything else that we can do to shed light and publicize it, man? Definitely.
No, believe me, I'm definitely gonna stay in contact with you, man. There's a whole lot of, like you said, man, we got a whole lot we can cover, man. But feel free to hit me whenever, bro. I come in this motherfucker like whenever. Just something new might just pop up, and you might just want to get my outlook on it. It might be something happen next week.
Right.
You know, shit, I pull up.
And man, that's just like the start of like what the problems producers face. Because one thing you said too is for these artists stay independent for so long, right? So it's nothing for independent artists to get 1 million spins on a record. And the current things, 1 million spins on Spotify is $4,000. So I mean, if that happens 10 times over, that's 40,000. And on the independent side, they're not breaking off these producers. Like producers,
see, that's what I'm saying. That's like,
there's no
what's
agreements.
the point structure? Yeah, for independent artists on that, like. Of course, you register with Sound Exchange and all that shit, but it's still kind of be like, okay, hey, man, hold on, what y'all doing?
and the mechanical royalty on the stream is only 10%. So on 1 million spins, that's $4,000. That's only $400 going to the publishing bucket, $200 to the producer side. So we're talking about they get 4 bands, you get 200.
Niggas got to share that, John. That should be.
There's so many things to it.
Man, let's think. So I come from that era to where our royalty checks was crazy and our upfront money was crazy. Both of them. You know what I mean? To where you could do math and say, oh, okay. Oh, wait, we did 1.5? Okay, let me multiply that. My first royalty check should be about 70, maybe 80,000.
Yeah.
Right now, you're just shooting in the dark.
Right now, you don't know, you wouldn't even know where to start even calculating right now if you just was to hear numbers. So
that means no, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm not.
I was gonna say, so that brings me to another point I want to talk about. That means we're in an era where financial knowledge and what's the word? Financial literacy is super important.
Yes. And me being 50 years on this earth, I'm still learning more and more. I know a lot, but I'm still learning something new every day on just financial, just different things as far as how to move money around, I got a homeboy who basically been showing me how to play around on the as far as playing with Bitcoin, not owning Bitcoin, but really, just day trading. Spend about 8 hours. You can make $500 a day really fucking around on the computer. I wish I could have him to break it down, but I could break it down in my terms. Basically, once you learn the patterns, man, and really watch that shit, you'll know, like, okay, boom, it's dropping. And he take advantage of when it drops and buy low. Because he know once you see the wave, and it's a pattern that it does, you be like, okay, it's going to go up. So once it go up, that's when you sell. Boom. You be done made like, you're fucking around to make like $70 an hour.
Yeah.
Just doing that throughout the day, just knowing when to buy and pull out.
But a lot of people won't put this. It's a real skill, and a lot of people disrespect the skill, thinking they're just gonna go in and make a lot
and
of
do
money.
And that's what it is. That's why I say you got to get in and see it. You're gonna have to really take time and just look at it. And you got to have 2 screens. You might have this one screen where you're looking at the Bitcoin, but when you start looking at the waves of the regular stock market, you'll be like, oh shit, these shits are similar. And boom, when that drop, this one drop. And with Bitcoin, you can actually sit there and buy and sell. Well, you know what? Not Bitcoin. I think they just changed. It's another coin-based joint where you can do that shit 24 hours a day. Some of them is just a certain bracket, but you can. But yeah, man, I know cats who just sitting at the house right now, 8 hours a day, making about $500 a day extra.
But that's
just fucking around.
That exact reason right there is why I'd argue against you and say, I don't know if I would recommend that type of like stock market speculation and Bitcoin, crypto speculation to someone, especially someone that's like, okay, they got a couple hits. I think they need to be putting that time and energy into the music versus like spending 8 hours a day, because it's going to take, it's a full-time job.
Oh, you talking like that?
I'm talking about guys that are getting these first royalty checks.
Oh, no. Okay, my bad. Well, no. Guys who are getting the royalty checks need to buy some fucking land.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yes,
because you were talking about that at the time.
Buy some land.
Real estate.
Yeah, definitely get some real estate. I think a decent subway might be about 40,000.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Damn.
I heard 25.
Yeah, maybe less than that. You know, you just got to find your location because they're everywhere. But it might be somewhere in a little county where you be like, oh shit, I done been 4 blocks and haven't seen a subway yet. No sandwich shop. Let me go stick a subway right here. Oh, you're going to be killing them.
Right
Trapping
outside
hard.
Five
Free
points,
game.
5 Point Smart Station. Boom. Little mini subway
Yeah,
right
man.
there.
Free game.
But you got motherfuckers who run to the jewelry store and keep buying all
straight
these
to
fucking
Icebox.
necklaces and icebox.
Yeah.
And shout out to Mo and them. They're my guys. But sometimes I look at Mo and I'm like, yo, man, y'all guys really killing this shit. And like, motherfuckers really, like, diamonds are really not rare.
Right.
Right.
They're not.
Yeah,
Most
they're
things are
cheaper
lab
than-
made nowadays, right?
Man,
Paying
buy
for
some
the-
fucking gold. Buy some bars, some gold bars. Don't go to, I ain't gonna say don't go to iBut, but after you bought some, I come from the era to where you might have about 2 watches, you might have a long necklace and a short necklace. You know, we come from the era where our necklace used to hang down to our navel. Now everybody got shit up there like this, chokers and shit. Some Liz Taylor type shit.
I'm done.
I mean, it's a gang of them. I see them, but I'm like, damn, bro. I'm glad I'm 50 because I like long chains. You know, hang down here, you know?
Is it a thing? A lot of these people we see on social media, a lot of these artists and producers, are they living paycheck to paycheck, you think? Going and spending everything their last on these
Re-upping.
Man, believe it or not, a lot of them still stay with their parents and you don't know it. Or a lot of them might have 2 or 3 roommates. They ain't carrying no real bills. You know what I mean?
Facts. Big facts.
Motherfuckers, what we
Big
call
facts.
basement pimps.
And they're not building wealth.
Yeah, they ain't
Right.
building nothing. You're like, yo, you still, like, if you was paying your own utilities and had your own crib, you would really think twice about spending all that money on that fucking jewelry and all that unnecessary shit. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't really have no real bills in their name and no real shit popping off or paying any type of real taxes. And it's like, I don't know, man, just the whole jewelry game, it plays its part, but it ain't as special like as it used to be. See, one thing, and these straight facts, between the 60s, late 60s, and late 90s, really, man, only the dope man could really afford that kind of jewelry. Athletes wasn't even getting paid that much.
Ooh.
Entertainers, rap singers, some of your biggest singers, they were making cool money. Roger Troutman, y'all who know who Roger Troutman is?
Definitely heard the name.
That was the first guy using the vocoder.
Oh, Computer Love.
So Computer Love, all that. Now he used to come do shows. He used to wear a gang of diamond necklaces. That's the first guy I seen. But when you saw people spending that kind of money, they was mimicking the dope man. Because the dope man and the pimps was the only ones who could afford that kind of jewelry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how good of a job you had. You wasn't finna spend no 40,000 or 100,000 on no necklace. Only the dope man would do that. So a lot of what artists are doing now, they really, and athletes, they really mimicking the dope man.
Super. Damn. What the fuck?
With the cars, standing on the couch, making it rain, the jewelry,
BMF.
the whole shit. Before BMF. Like, yeah, and Meech come from that era to where, and Meech used to say it, like, hey man, we the stars. Like, you know, the old Chambers brothers, you had a lot of, like, big time drug kingpins. When you look at the old Isley Brothers album covers, with all that fly minks and shit they were wearing, man, only the dope man and the pimps could afford those kind of clothes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now we got this era to where you got rappers who used to either saw it themselves or either saw videos and was like, oh shit, boy, damn, them motherfucker balling hard. When I get some money, I'm gonna do that. So that's why now a lot of them looking like the dope boys now. Run DMC.
But really ain't got
Airbnb
shit.
and Rakim, when they put all them chains on, it wasn't no too many rappers. They had on some of their boys' chains on that album cover. Then later on they did show money. They got some show money and was able to get their own jewelry. But back in the 80s, no, when you see a lot of rappers with a whole lot of jewelry, oh man, that was, come on, the dope boy, man, that came through and let him wear his shit. He getting all his jewelry back. Boom. You know what I mean? But only a few motherfuckers were really able to afford that kind of real jewelry. Like, you know, the big hollow ropes. Now, that's one thing. Them shits, I had big ropes. Everybody went through those. That was just 10 karat gold, hollow. Them shits were not solid.
Damn.
Like you got some hollow Cuban links out there right now too.
Yeah.
But
tax.
yeah, you know what I mean? And they just layer the diamonds on the outside. Yeah, them shits was super light.
Yeah.
You know, you just got the diamonds on them, but they some light ass hollow Cuban links. But you won't know, cause who finna let you weigh they shit? You know what I mean? So yeah, and then you got a lot of motherfuckers got moissanite due to the Kovar group, you know, so that's the same way that motherfucker could clone a sheep or a human being or anything. You got motherfuckers in Brazil who's making fake Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything can be copied and made. Anything. That's
Except
why.
video games, apparently.
Yeah. So but they duplicate them. So, but they were, like I say, but it's just hard to to break the code now. But anything that just out here, like you got, think about it when the fake Dre headphones came out.
Yeah.
Dre's, the white ones.
Fake AirPods out.
Yeah. But you won't
shit.
know it till you put them on. But as far as the look, you'd be like, these are the real fucking Dre's. Beats by Dre's. But when you put them on, you're like, oh, nah, these ain't it. But looking at them, it's the same thing. So my whole thing is, yeah, that's why a lot of these rappers are doing that shit because they trying to compete with the dope boys. But I'm gonna make sure I make more diamonds than him. Yeah, I know he had all this old school, but motherfucker, I got old school too. It's like they a lot of them ain't really living their own lifestyle. They trying to either outdo the dope boys or either outdo each other.
That's super facts.
I'm a motherfucker who I'm when I go shopping, I get what I like. I can't see buying 400, spending 400 on no jeans. I don't give a fuck. I could be worth 20 million, 30, 100 million. I'm not finna spend but so much on a pair of jeans or even a pair of sneakers. 400 for a pair of sneakers? Don't you know how many bags I would walk out the mall with 400? Macy's? I'd rather get a certain amount of polos and a certain amount of jeans.
Niggas spend that band on the sneakers, man.
Yeah, a band on some fucking sneakers.
Put the rent on the sneakers.
Only can wear with one outfit.
Right. You can only post a couple pictures on IG.
And you can't wear it but so many times. Like, oh man, he always wearing them.
Yeah.
Like, no, man. Like, get the fuck out of here. So
once you started, you got to keep up.
You got to keep up. Once people see
Right,
you like
right.
that, then they going to be able to, and the minute that shit slow down, they going to be, oh boy, I see you ain't got down.
Right.
My shit changed.
You fell off.
And you know how niggas, why goddamn, boy? Why you goddamn, you ain't wearing them goddamn? Where the guinea at? Where the Benz? If I start asking,
Right.
well, you don't wear that goddamn necklace no more. Even like, nah, man. Like, now people can start looking and seeing shit.
And that's gonna fuck up your business, right? You know what I mean?
And it's bad, man. Because when I hear about the money that they're spending every time, like they spending like no less than $70,000 every time they go to the jewelers.
That blows my mind. Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
bro, that is crazy.
And we talking about some shit that ain't going nowhere. We talking about you spending 70 on something that's just sitting there.
It's just
you almost got a radio budget on your wrist.
That motherfucker ain't pulling no type of.
But can't give you $1,000
No
for a
cash
beat.
flow.
You know what I'm saying? Can't give you nothing for a beat.
Yeah.
All right.
No compensation.
There you go. That's the problem.
No compensation.
But
All
it's the
this fucking
producers too.
jewelry.
It's the producers that are getting these advances and they're going straight to the jewelry store with it too.
Because they, once again, see, we the guys who, most producers, man, we want to play and get some cool shit. It's a certain car that we like, but when you got a producer who's kind of trying to compete with the artist a little bit or trying to be an artist himself, he feels it's necessary to do that.
Yeah.
But a producer that's just a producer,
A behind the scenes guy.
he's chilling.
Right.
He might have a nice ass house. You'd be like, oh shit, bro. Woo.
Facts.
Woo.
Yeah.
Because that's what he want. He ain't trying to compete with nobody. He might be a custom built house. But if it's a producer that's trying to be an artist himself, hell yeah, he's going to go by this, try to get the same jewelry that the artists are wearing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get that same light.
Right.
You know?
All right. Let's say you got a 17-year-old son right now who has a first job. And what would your financial advice be to that?
No, let's not say first job. Let's say first placement.
Oh, I mean,
First placement.
okay,
Yeah,
first
I feel
place.
you can't do much with $400,
Okay, job, first place.
That's a good question, though. I see where you're going.
Because the majority of people are not there yet. That's why
Oh,
we
yeah.
get the majority of our questions are, yo, how do I get my first placement? How do I get my first placements? These guys that are asking that, they usually are working a job, maybe getting $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year. What if that?
That's a good job.
That's
30,000.
I think 15,000.
These niggas ain't getting that,
as a
bro.
person who
Nah.
My job, my first job, I was getting 15,000 a year.
30 is kind of steep.
Okay, 30, whatever, $15,000 a year. What should you be doing on a monthly basis to make sure you secure financially? Like, I feel like that's
you're saying if he making how much a year?
I mean, most guys that are watching our stuff is between 24 and 30, and the median income is $40,000. So let's say an advice for someone that's making 40,000 a year. That's what, 2, 3. That's about 3.
40,000 a year is a lot of money, bro.
But the average person watching our podcast is between 24 to 36.
Nah, bro, we got a lot of teenagers. Let's call it 20,000 a year.
20.
Right.
I think that's
the average person making that. Okay, with no kids.
No kids.
Yeah, no kids. Yeah, got it. Because if you
still
got kids, you're over with.
Okay, but at that age, is he still? See, it's a few things you got to ask. Is he still staying with his parents?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you're a young cat, you know, and if your parents are still cool, especially if y'all got a big ass house, because what's his name? What's my man name? Do a lot of Drake's production.
40?
No, the younger one.
Hit Boy
Max.
No, you got 40. You got
what's his name?
You said Hit Boy.
Lil, what do you say? Lil Maxi on the beat.
No, I'm talking about when he. No, not none of the recent. It's you got 40. Come on, y'all. Name the main producers on
Murder did a lot with
Drake. He did one with Tip. Go get it.
Oh,
what's his name?
Who did that?
Yes. And he did a few Drake's joints. Young dude.
T-.
Okay.
T-.
He do Wayne shit too.
At the peak
My
of his
bad,
career.
T-.
T- was getting major checks. Guess what? He gladly told me, he said, "Toomp, man, I ain't gonna lie, I still stay with my parents, dog."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Man, I'm stacking up, bro." He said, "I'm gonna get me a house, but man, my parents ain't trying to kick me out."
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't, he said, "Man, if I just want to entertain some girls, I could go to get a room or whatever."
Yeah.
But man, I still stay with my parents. So that's what I'm saying. It's a difference if you got a guy who's staying with his parents and working hard.
Let's say this person has an extra $500 a month spending. After all bills are paid, everything, he got $500 a month. Is that fair?
I ain't never been at a point like that until I had a business.
Damn, bro.
I don't know.
So
Okay,
got
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's for himself.
You gonna spend
That's
all
what I'm
that
saying. It's
until a
kind of, I feel
certain
like
point,
when
bro.
we're talking
month, you
job.
saying?
Yeah, like got an extra whatever $500 a month.
All I can say, man, is really just let the shit build up. Put 100 to the side and just don't fuck with it. It's something that
And
you
build
can't,
your credit.
something that or something that you're gonna have to bust open to get to. You know what I mean? That's that old school shit. You know,
Take the cash out, put it in an envelope or something.
oh man, or either just fold it up and drop it in a big ass water bottle, some type shit. You know, the big plastic bottle, and just drop it in there every once in a while and be like, yo, break glass in case, cut through plastic in case of emergency.
Yeah.
But and hopefully you won't have an emergency. But if you just take that, 100 out of that every month and just drop it and don't give a fuck about it, make that a habit, almost like a workout. Oh, you go to check. Oh, let me do my regular routine, fold up 100, drop it in there. Shit, I like, sometimes when I come home with my change, I put my change in a certain jar, and by the end of the year, man, it might be about like $1,500 in that motherfucker worth of quarters. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of you fill up them jars, just drop that shit off. I'm talking about every time you spend money,
Right, that
and
shit
you got
count.
a
Shit
pocket
count.
full of quarters or whatever. Sometimes you go to the car wash and don't spend, but you get $5 worth of quarters, but
Right.
you might only spend $2 and be straight. The rest of the quarters, I'm just dropping them in my shit. So yeah, and I fold a few dollars up. Strip club money, just fold the dollars up. So I'm saying at a certain age, that's what you want to do. But if you got kids and shit now, that's really your goal is to really try to make more than that. You know what I mean? For an honest living, hardworking person. But your goal is to really, while doing that, try to find out what you're great at. Find out what your gift is. What you run around here to find out what you could do. You know what God has given you. What can you do to generate something? Because everybody got one. Now everybody in this room have $1 billion idea, $1 trillion idea. Everyone, each one of us. She do, all of us. But we just got to pull it out. Think about it. Like there's something that you've thought of in your years of being on this planet where you was like, oh man, I thought about that. Damn, they done pulled that shit out. I thought about that like 4 years ago.
I remember when the AirPods came out. I was like, bro, I remember when I was young, I was like, I wish they could just cut the headphones off.
There it is.
Yeah,
There it is. The same way that you had a little boy who couldn't find nobody to toss him the motherfucking ball to practice hitting baseballs. What he did was tie the ball onto a string
I even
and hit that shit on the tree, and they made that into a real toy. Hasbro ended up buying that shit. Little dude still multimillionaire from that.
Yeah.
Just that idea of taking that little backyard idea of tying a string around a ball, so we hit it, we'd keep coming back to him. And so just turned that shit into a toy. Lonnie Johnson with the Super Soaker. He took a 16-ounce Coke bottle, ran these tubes, and figured out the pressure. If you pull this pressure through here, it'll shoot back and come out. Psh. Yeah, he got the whole prototype at his office.
All right, now let's get some advice for someone that's actually doing well. That's not just with barely making ends meet. Let's say someone's got $50,000 a year.
Okay.
What do you do with that money?
Plethora.
Man, it's one thing I would say.
Would you invest in education first and be knowledgeable about going into real estate? Would you say just put your money in like?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. It depends on what you really want to do with yourself. That's why I'm like, you got to find out exactly what you want to do in life, period. So, if you want to get into tech, you might want to put yourself through a technical school, not a university.
Mm-hmm.
Because you paying for all that old campus and shit. We talking about a technical school where you go over there and all the books you got are strictly for that.
Right.
For that field.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not like you carrying 10 other books on some other shit that your parents done paid for and you know what I mean? All these high ass loans and shit that you had to pay off years later. But yeah, if you're a mother who making 50 or whatever, you happen to have barbering skills, okay, keep this job, but go on and open you a barbershop. You know what I mean? I've been cutting hair since 7th grade. I always say, if I just choose to open up a barbershop, I'm going to own that motherfucker and I'll be in there cutting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's so many things, man. Flipping cars, get a dealer's license, find out what everybody want. All right, cool. It could be a few Hondas and Acuras and advertise and shit. I'm getting these cars maybe $2,000 less or $1,500 less than what they are.
Hell yeah.
And it's flipping cars. That's why that carried me for a while. Flipping cars, yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And shit, right now, you got things changing around the city. I'm just waiting for everything to open up. Hemp is definitely legal here.
Mm-hmm.
But they just haven't.
CBD flower is legal.
Yeah, all that. But well, growing it though.
No,
right now
I've seen it at the.
The flower's here, but right now it ain't open for the growers.
Oh,
See, only growers are like in I think Tennessee, Carolina, and I think Oklahoma, if I'm mistaken. But the minute that they open it up for the growers to grow here, I got some acres and shit I'm about to fuck with. Yeah. So that's a lot. Yeah, the city about to change. We just wait for them to open it all the way up. So
being ready for
invest
opportunity.
into some of that too, huh?
Being ready for the opportunity.
Yeah, being ready. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, got to be in position, man. But that shit is like infinite, man. It depends on the individual. Because I could shoot a motherfucker all kind of shit to how to move his money around. But if he ain't built for that, you know what I mean?
Facts.
It's like everybody ain't built for flipping cars. Man, I don't feel like meeting up with no motherfucker, man. Like, okay. Person called me for the car. Yeah, hey man, meet me or whatever. Where you at? All right, I'll meet you at Cumberland Mall parking lot. And I'll be in it. Yeah, Nissan 300ZX. Yeah, won't. Yep. Brand new engine, got this many miles, man. It might be a dude with his mom. Like, what you think? Yeah, all right. So if you're interested, all right, we'll meet at whatever bank and whatever. And I have somebody to drive me home, or either drive me home and boom, here you go. Here go the title.
Yeah.
And it's that simple. You know what I mean? Flipping cars definitely is always that's always a win.
Yeah,
But once again, being active, but definitely going with your question, let's say for a guy in the entertainment business who's hella active and don't really have time to be flipping cars or whatever, but making money, you got to find that one person who you trust to help you to start a business with, whether it's your wife or it might be a relative that you could trust.
Right.
Because all relatives ain't built. It might end up being a good friend, or it might be just a woman that you done met that just happened to have a hell of a might be hella business savvy. You know what I mean? And you might just have her to help you run this business while you out here touring over here in Dubai, doing shows or whatever. And somebody who you could trust, because that takes a minute too. So that's why a lot of people don't really start businesses until they done slow down a little bit, after they done changed lifestyles or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just being a active artist, just still running around here doing shows all over. Yeah, what time do you really have to start a business for real? But at least put that shit to the side, instead of buying all that damn jewelry, man. That's a lot of goddamn money, man, when you think about it. And when you think of what you're getting back, you got something made that for you with your name on it. And if and first they think, oh, well, they could take the diamonds out of this. 60% of those diamonds gonna get damaged by removing them. The value just went out, just like you lost value just by plucking them bitches back out. Whatever jewelry that you getting to do it. So it's like whatever they spending, man, the value of that shit, almost like they say, if you pull a car off the lot, the value just dropped. Oh, that shit's even worse when it comes to jewelry. You like wearing nice shit, but right now it really don't really represent nothing like it used to. Because everybody got on jewelry now. Everybody.
Shop code.
We were at Top Golf, man. It's like every single base, like everybody's iced out.
See, I come from the day to where it'd be like, damn, boy, God damn, look at that shit. Okay. But now, so many people with it, it's like...
Right.
They got dealers.
I got rid of mine. I had a crazy rollie, but see, when I got my rollie, I only paid, about $7,000. But it was worth like $15, $20. But it was one of my homeboys who was about to go sit down. So when you got somebody who's about to, sit down and do some time, they selling all they fucking jewelry. You know what I mean? And you get it for the low. So that's one thing I've been about buying, even when it comes to the cars and everything I got. I don't have to have the new car. Give me just some nice shit. Might be about 3 years old. But I'm getting it for the low. You see what I'm saying? But just trying to pay top price for all this shit, man, you fuck around and go broke out here trying to compete with these motherfuckers.
Right, because I just think about all the people, like, even to have a regular job, like, and that just spending money on food.
Right, yeah, just said that,
eats, like, stuff like that, where they could be
that's the killing
it and redirecting it into a certain path. But I think it's cool, like how you said, not everybody's built for a certain way. You just got to figure out what it is you're built for.
Yeah, that you're built for, yeah. I mean, it's a gang of shit, man. Just like right now, you got Antoine Patton, Big Boy from Outkast. He have those trailers that they rent out for movies. Like for the stars to go change their clothes.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that's his shit. Like he got a few of them out there. So now when you see movie sets, a lot of those. It's a 80% chance of them using his trailers. So.
And those are not cheap. Those trailers are a couple $1 million. Like American Idol, theirs was like like $2 million.
And it's like it has kitchens in there and shit?
Yeah, the kitchens, the whole thing. Yeah, to whether it's a video shoot or a movie being shot or whatever, and the celebrities want to change for a different scene or whatever, okay, go to the trailer and change. So Big Boy is basically, facilitizing, giving those.
I got a question. Any of like the because when you said you were passing the bill, it makes me think: do you ever do anything like related to government or trying to pass any certain policies as far as like zoning or working with people in any real estate or just trying to pass laws to allow certain things? Like, are you active in the politics?
Not really. I should be.
You seem like you would be.
Actually, one thing, it broke my heart, man. I can't think of the athlete's name, man. It was a guy who played for the Braves for a while. He invested a lot of money into the YMCA over there off University, man. They had Pro Tools. They had all these fucking Mac computers in there. I was going through there, giving them, the music classes, talking to them or whatever. And, man, I'll say about a month later, dog, man, they came in that motherfucker, boy, that place was straight crickets. Somebody had them robbed and took everything out of that motherfucker. And they never did crank the school back up. So that was going to be something. So it's kind of like you be wanting to give these kids, they definitely need an outlet. And that's what's going on. Even like when y'all was just talking about the clubs. A lot of these kids ain't got shit to do, man. There's a few things I would love to do. I would love to create a school that's teaching way more than just, English and
that joint is burnt.
The British settlers came here this year. What fucking part is that gonna play in 2020 in my life? For real.
Right.
And all I need, math-wise,
is algebra.
That's a little bit of algebra, and I stopped at algebra 2. And took 2 electromechanics class. See, we was able to take electives back then. You could take auto mechanic, wood tech, or whatever, and by the time you graduate, shit, you know how to build a house.
Yeah.
You goddamn work on your own car.
You got a trade.
Right.
Took trades, man. When they took that out of schools, that hurt, bro.
Right.
So, yeah, we need that again. Like, something that's really teaching these kids something, man. Like, we don't even have home ec. So motherfuckers don't even know how to cook no more.
They trying to take 6 ed out.
So let me ask you this. No, go ahead.
No, you good.
And I would love to just create a school that teaches, we're going to learn the book stuff over here, But let's have a whole nother school about 2 days out the week that's gonna teach you about life.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, balancing your bank account, taxes, understanding importing and exporting and being a buyer and being a seller.
Right.
The value of things, what's holding value. Like, and kids can be taught anything at whatever age, man.
Right.
Once they get old enough to speak and words come out, oh, you can teach them anything.
Yeah, they're impressionable.
Yeah. Very. I mean, like, it's infinite, you know, because that's one thing we do. We get caught up in feeling like, oh, I ain't ready to talk to my daughter or my son about this until they get this age. No. You can talk to that shit while they're 4 years old and they understand
It's just like teaching them ABCs, teaching them how to balance the checkbook, teaching them financial literacy.
Yeah.
Right.
What was you about to say?
I was gonna say, so let's put you in a scenario here, right?
Mhm.
Let's say you're 19 years old right now in 2020, super passionate about getting in the music industry, being a producer.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? What's your plan?
What would I do? If I was a producer in that position, trying to get the world to just know that I'm even on this earth breathing
And get some money in your pocket.
and get money.
You're a
I would
19-year-old
have
kid, no money.
Something like this, maybe not this expensive, but I would have some type of camera set up, letting the world know that I do this shit for real. Like, hey y'all, what's up, man? DJ Toomp. Yeah, I'm in mom's basement. But let y'all hear this beat. Yeah, I was on last week. You know, the quality wasn't good, but I got a better mic now. So I'm finna let y'all do it. I call this beat such and such. You might just sit there and watch me cook up some shit. Like, damn, that shit fire. Dude just cooked up a nice ass beat in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And boom. About a few more days later, he on YouTube again. Oh shit, that's that little dude. Oh, it's another one. This ain't the same one. Oh, he make it. Damn, that shit fire too. I think producers got to move around like an artist. You got to promote yourself like an artist and just you want people to hear your shit, but first thing they got to know that you even on this earth breathing, that you even here. So I always say, man, you know, and you got some, well, man, you know, I don't want to go on YouTube, man. This shit ain't copywritten. Motherfucker, somebody gonna bite it, they gonna bite it. You hear DJ Toomp type beat all over YouTube. Mike Will type beat, Metro Boomin type beat. You know what I mean? That shit goes. So you can't really just stop that. But yeah, I would say, man, yeah, you got to put content out there as a producer the same way as an artist would. You just got to put yourself out there. And just let motherfuckers know, because if people hear it, and now we talking about the internet, we talking about when you hit enter, that shit is going around the whole planet. It ain't just motherfuckers around Atlanta in your neighborhood hearing those beats. No, when you hit this and you start, you know, of course, it might take a while. You be like, damn, I got out there 220 views. Just put another one out. Just keep going. Especially if you got the camera, the facility to do that shit. Just do that. That's the first step.
Is that? Oh, go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say, what is that 19-year-old also avoiding?
What you mean?
You know, like while you're doing this, what are you avoiding? Like being like, nah, I'm not gonna be a part of this.
Avoiding.
Or choosing to stay away from.
Giving motherfuckers your stems.
Damn.
Hold on to your stems as long as possible.
For real.
And if you do a 2-track, let it be. You kind of want to have a good mix of your 2-track, but then you want to have an I8 mix too, that way a motherfucker really can't do so much. Even if it's got to have your name throughout the whole motherfucker.
For real? Like how Southside
man.
them be doing? Because I only see Southside get it. Oh, no. No, yeah, Southside, he definitely get a pass with that. Like I be hearing, oh, Southside through the beat, and sometimes.
Yeah, and then, you know, and then, yeah, and sometimes I'm guilty of it. You know, me and my homeboy Bink, we talk about it all the time. It's like, hey, man, we got to hold on to our stems. Because after you give somebody a 2-track, boom, they rock it to it, they done wrote to it. Hey, man, we make it. Can I get the track out? Nah, that's golden. Like, you get ready to have all my kicks, my snares, and you get ready to actually, and you about to spend money to have somebody to mix this motherfucker. So some money is about to get spent if you asking for my stems.
True.
So that means you need to at least give me half of what I want for my track. Period. Somebody want your track out, they need to at least pay you half of that shit up front of whatever you charge. That shit ain't none of their fucking business to have. That's none of their business to have until they ready to spend money. So don't give folks your track outs, man. 2 tracks only.
No, on the financial side, would you be putting all your eggs into the production basket? Or would you be trying to start a business on the side while working on your music? Would you be going to college for a degree.
Well, like I say, that still goes back to the individual.
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What would you be doing?
Shit. Getting skills up on certain other things. Yeah, definitely. Okay, you saying like after a check have come?
No, I'm talking about you.
While I'm still grinding to be a producer.
You're 19, you got no context.
Oh, no, I gotta have a job
beats.
somewhere. First of all, I gotta have a job. I want a job. I want to be working somewhere and making beats when I get off. Don't sit around making beats, holding your breath, hoping the placement gonna buy you goddamn.
Ooh.
No, don't do that. That's a fuck up. That's why people always. You remember the term they say, don't quit your day job? That shit still exists in 2020.
Yeah, facts.
No, don't quit your job until you get some shit going. What's the guy named Marquez who wrote Waterfalls? Yeah, for TLC, a dude named Marquez. He wrote Don't Let Go for In Vogue. Don't let go, what's it gonna be? It was on the soundtrack when Queen Latifah and them was robbing the banks and shit.
Yeah, Set It Off. Yeah.
So that was a big record. Marquez had 2 big records, produced by Organized Noise, written by him. That man was still managing at a hotel, bro, while these songs were banging and killing the charts. That man never quit that because you got to understand. First of all, there's no type of, that's why you can't knock the working man at all. A motherfucker who working at Ford or GMC right now, he may not be balling like the average artist, but by the time he's 60, 70 years old, he gonna have when he retire, he's gonna have a check coming to him every month. This rapper trying to figure it out. Yeah, you done went through money, but boom, you got to pay so many taxes because you really didn't understand money. Really didn't understand money while you was making it, so IRS on your ass. Over here, this guy at General Motors, they take the taxes out on him. So the last thing that if anything, the IRS finna cut him a check.
Right.
And like I say, when he retire and just sitting in there with his wife chilling, watching football, it's a check for about $3,000 a month before coming to his house every month because he's retired. That's that plan. We don't have that in the music business. As entrepreneurs, we got to create our own shit like that.
Right.
Create the security.
You got to create that security because that's one thing. When a mother gets a certain age, you be like, all right, whoa, damn. So my partner who's working at the post office and retired, damn, if I'm not smart and move my shit around enough, that motherfucker gonna be living better than me by the time we in our mid-60s.
Facts. He gonna be
I
Johnny.
look goddamn 60 years old. Hey, boy, hey, man, shit, you like number 5? I just want to play my beats. Grandpa here playing beats. You know what I mean? God. So you got to set yourself up, man. That's why sometimes, don't quit that job. If you got a good one, shit.
The biggest gem on this episode.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Cause
biggest gem.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do anything wise with that bread, you better set up something because, boy, that retirement plan, everybody ain't got it. And they don't think about it till they get to it. You got some motherfuckers who don't even feel like they're gonna live that long.
Right. But they don't even consider it.
They don't give a fuck. Come on, think of all these. When you see motherfuckers doing all these drugs, they really
just running
trying to
through
get.
it.
They really
living for the moment.
just anybody. Period. Any human that's abusing drugs, letting you know that they don't give a fuck about life. They ready to kind of ready to go. Even though they be making a lot of money, they kind of tired of it. You be like, damn, you doing
it's really
good.
A cry, like
it's a cry out. Yeah, it's shit real, bro. So, like I say, my nigga Marquez kept that job, and most likely shit. You got just think, were you keeping your job? That they got the insurance policy over there. You could go goddamn get your checkups, get all your dental shit work. Ain't coming out your pocket for nothing. GM paying for that. Ford paying for that. UPS paying for that. You see what I'm saying? You got the benefits that come with a job, but to have that and a record on the goddamn charts and kind of, I may not be able to go to LA and post up like I want to and shop beats around, but
you up.
I'm up. So my thing, don't quit. Don't, rappers too. Don't sit around waiting for a placement in order to start living and making money. No, you got to work until that shit catch, because sitting around, and certain artists that may approach me, I could tell the ones who really depending on this shit to feed them. Like, Toomp, boy, I gotta make it, boy. Whoom, whoom, whoom. And they, just when you hear their story, be like, you got about 3 kids, huh? Well, how you know?
Damn.
I could just hear it in your voice. Because I could tell that you trying to make money more than break it as an artist. You want to make some money. And that ain't no good position to be in this business.
Right, hell no, because then you emotional and shit.
Yeah, and that's why you hear about motherfuckers quick to sign all type of other contracts, because they ain't got nothing else going on. Man, how he signed that fucked up contract? Why that nigga going back to Cash Money Records? Because they ain't got shit else going on.
They wave that check in front of your face and you say, hell yeah.
A lot of them don't even have diplomas. And a few people, you can get creative without a diploma. You can. Shit, we can name a gang of them.
Yeah.
But if you got a motherfucker without a diploma and still haven't educated himself in something, because you can still have not have a diploma, but be educated.
Right. Master plumber makes 6 figures.
I'll say you being like general population. General population can't pull money out the ass. They're not hustlers. This is general population talking right now.
Real shit.
This is general population. They can't pull money out the ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And that's where we are. And it's sad, because that's really what this shit is becoming, man. Let me tell you. I was loving this shit before I knew it was checks attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just the fact like, whoa, shit. Man, you heard this shit? I played that shit for my friend. They be like, boy, you did that. Hell yeah.
That's the best
man,
feeling,
that shit
bro.
hard as fuck. They be like, damn, man, who you gonna give it to? I don't know. But I didn't know that it was real money attached to this shit. To where the big publishing and shit get picked up by a movie soundtrack, another 100,000, and just, if it make a Coca-Cola commercial, that could be another goddamn 100.
Right.
Like, this shit could pay you for the rest of your life if you just get creative with your catalog. But before I knew any of that shit, I had the love for it. But now you got a generation of cats, shit, man, boy, I think I'm gonna fuck with that music, dog.
How you so accurate?
I know, right?
What you mean? How? Shit, just fuck with that music. Shit, I'm gonna goddamn start rapping. So you gonna start rapping. Have you ever thought about it? No, dog, shit. Yeah, I ain't finna go back to jail. So you got motherfuckers right now who really are in the music business because they don't want to go back to jail, bro. I'm telling you, one thing about me, bro, you gonna get real conversation from me.
It's
motherfuckers who
it's too deep
get
to
me.
It's hurting feelings.
I don't even charge people for this shit, man. It's people who have me come to their house, talk to their kids, man, about this type shit right here, bro. And I don't have no problem sitting in their living room in their big ass house telling they little spoiled ass kid, hey man, get your shit together, man. Mom and them could die tomorrow, motherfucker. They ain't finna say that, but I'm gonna tell you, nigga, motherfucker die tomorrow, boy. If you don't know shit, you don't know shit. Learn about the business that your dad got, man.
Right.
Learn how to run that motherfucker by the time you get 14. You know what I mean? At least 16. Some motherfuckers be so spoiled that they parents be on a goddamn $10 million business, but they just want to graduate. They parents send them to college. They little spoiled ass. They down there fucking up. They not finna finish. You're not gonna finish. Your parents rich as fuck. And you still wondering why they sent you, because they tired of you.
Right.
But if you hung around them and let them know that, hey, I want to help you run this business, mom. Okay, you know what? We're gonna send you to this school of business to where you ain't got to be at this university. You're gonna learn how to run our business. Matter of fact, you're gonna hang around us.
Oh.
Fuck a college. You coming to work with me every day.
It's too real.
And if you got the opportunity to have a parent that runs a business, that is like
that's crazy,
the biggest blessings you could. Oh my gosh.
It's a big blessing, but everybody ain't cut out for it. Let's say if you got this parent, goddamn, and I've heard plenty of these situations where motherfucker may have a business of a big, huge business with 3 kids. Neither one of them is interested.
Right.
It might be his nephew.
Right.
His brother's son who end up stepping up. Hey, man, let me come to work with you. Be like, damn, you the only one out the family who willing to get up and go to work with me every day. I'm fucking with you. You my son. You my brother's son. But you're my son now. Because you, out of these 3 little motherfuckers over here, I love them to death. But you the one who I see who can help me run my shit.
Right.
And that's you got to mold the kids into that shit, and you kind of got to mold yourself into that type shit too. And it's hard, man, because now people are so fascinated with being popular, getting some shine, to where they don't even understand just the first steps
of that
shit. Of that. You know what I mean? So you holding your breath, man. If I how could I put it? And I hate to go into this dumb voice, but it's everybody, every motherfucker, when you describe people, everybody go to that little tone. Because so many motherfuckers sound like that when they talking stupid shit. Shit, Toomp, how you good a job, man? You sit around and make beats all day because, motherfucker, I work my way to where I can sit in here and do this shit for 24 hours. Right. But if I sign you as a producer, that don't mean you finna get on that fast.
Right.
You may have to keep your job until I get you a placement.
Facts. Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
You got a lot of motherfuckers who I'd have signed a few motherfuckers who thought that they could just be around me all day, and they're like, nah, bro, like, damn, boy, you just got to check. Yeah, that came from some old shit. Or that came from this. Like, shit, man, what I got to do to get checked? I mean, you got to do your shit, but if you sitting around here depending on this to actually feed you, bro, you need to go clock in somewhere and come here when you get off.
I think some people are delusional about like how long a small little advance is gonna last too. Because if you ain't never seen no money, you think $5,000. Oh yeah, that's just gonna last me till the next check.
Who I signed, I gave them $20K. Ooh, easy. And boy, they burned through that motherfucker. I watch them too. I'd be like, oh, boy, I see you.
Oh man,
you just want to shine, huh?
Oh my god.
And I'd be like, oh, okay, boy, I see your car, boy. What you got there, boy? Like, oh, okay, cool. You ain't spent too much for that. Nice, that's nice. But you see a motherfucker who trying to keep up with me. Whatever you do, you know what I mean? Yeah. First thing, go get you a Mac or some type of computer, cause you got some cats who will be like, they might have a computer that's breaking the fuck down and barely making it. I'd be like, all right, man, when I give you this $20K, man, first thing, go get you a new computer that can hold all the shit. You know what I mean? But you got some who, that'd be the last thing they get. I'd be like, bro, you got to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
You're a fucking producer. Go get you a better, you've been complaining about this computer, but I done cut you $20,000. And first thing you're supposed to do is invest in what's going to make your sound, that's going to make your money. So I actually had to tell certain producers that after I gave them a check. Like, hey, man, you got to back that on a hard drive. Yeah, go get you a good Seagate or a Lacey and back your shit up. Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you actually had to tell a motherfucker how to invest back in themselves. A motherfucker would take that money and just go crazy, man.
One thing he told me is like, if you have no money and you financially, if you have no money and you're financially illiterate.
Yeah.
I'll just say you're not financially literate. If you have no money and you're not financially literate,
and all when you get 20K,
you're still financially illiterate.
Yes.
So it's like, it's gonna be just like having $0. You got 20K and 30K.
Yeah.
You didn't have the knowledge.
Yeah, and you start seeing, you start seeing, okay, you're like, okay, I saw your little girlfriends that were coming through at first. Then about a month later, you'd be like, ooh.
Yeah, they start getting better and better.
You been to the strip club now. You been making it rain. I know her. You know what I mean? So you'll be like, hey, man, don't jack all your money off on these women, man. Go.
That's one.
What happened to the one nice girl you used to come through here with? Oh, okay, you done got too big for her. Oh, that's fucked up, man.
That got to be one of the most painful things. You say, oh, yeah, I know her.
Oh, trying to keep up with you.
Motherfucker think he rocking in there with a fresh bag of cooking. Hey, Toomp. Hey, girl.
Man, the lifestyle you talk about, that ain't going to last a month with 20 bands.
But
that's not going to last a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's a couple weeks.
But you got to understand, though, you got a lot of people who've never even had $3,000 at one time.
Or 1,000.
1,000, yeah.
All at once, like, woo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why sometimes when you see, and that's why I tell people like, man, don't go for what you see out here, cause all this Instagram shit. You got a lot of, it's some little hustling guys out here who show money, but you be like, no, that's money that he got to turn in. Only about $1,000 of that might be his. He might have sold a few pounds and getting 500 or maybe 100 off each pound.
That's the plugs money.
That's the plugs money. But now that you got this bag all rubber band up, you finna take that picture.
Oh, right.
But you get ready to take that money to the plug because only about 1,000 or 2,000 of that is yours, but you sitting on 30. Yeah, you get ready to take that, but you want to be make sure to take that picture with it though.
Right.
Watching niggas on the ground with that shit. Hell yeah. Oh,
you know what I mean?
That going crazy.
You really smoked up your profit.
Hey,
facts. And he's smoking his profit.
Yeah, he's smoking
his profit.
He smoked by
and
half
that's
his
what
profit.
they doing. So they be flexing with the plug money. They about to turn that money in, man. So I be like, come on, man.
Oh my goodness.
So I be telling I had to tell one of my nephews. I was like, man, come on, man, stop doing that. You made a cool little $3,000 play, but don't mean just all the hundreds and shit. Like, man, stop that shit, man. Stop.
Right.
Motherfuckers is hungry out here. They thirsty. Motherfuckers robbing now for real. Now they done cut a lot of them government checks out. Man, motherfuckers getting down in Buckhead right now. I'd rather be at fucking Ben Hill right now, bro.
For real?
Yeah,
I forgot somebody did just go crazy in Lennox.
Hey, been going crazy up there in Buckhead, man, because they figure like that's where the money is. You hear about motherfuckers getting more robbed in Buckhead and higher end areas than they feel like shit. I'm in Ben Hill, and whoever I rob might know my parents. Let me go way up here. If motherfucker from the South Side, Old National, yeah, he's coming to Buckhead to rob. Because he know it's a great chance. Like Old National, you're gonna really come across a motherfucker who really might have, some money.
Right.
So yeah, so they starting to come up on this end now. Yeah, this shit real. But it's a lot of shit that's changing, man, to where, and like you say, and 90% of those little criminals that you see on the news, it's a 80 to 95% chance that they want to be rappers or they trying to do something in the music.
They trying to invest.
If you were to interview a lot of, but not even invest, that's the only thing they know. They'll be like, man, like if you was to interview some of these criminals these young guys that you seeing right now, and if a detective were to say, hey, Mr. Wantavius or Lindarius or whatever these wild ass names they got. What? So if you ain't doing this and snatching pocketbooks and carjacking, what would you do? I want to do some music.
I want to rap.
Twisting his hair, talking about I want to do that music. I want to rap, and they don't know shit else. So I'm telling you, this game right now is the shit that's keeping people want to get in this shit to stay out of jail right now. That's the part. That's what's happening right now too. A lot of people want to be rappers or get into the entertainment business to either just be famous, to get the girls, to wear the shit, or either just to stay out of jail.
Because it seems easier than sitting down and learning real estate and all that kind of stuff, or any kind of business.
Come on, you got motherfuckers who don't even know how to read. R. Kelly still don't know how to read to this day.
Yeah.
Talented than a motherfucker though. Made it. But had that other shit going on. Yeah, R. Kelly didn't even, he was illiterate. You talking about financially illiterate. That man didn't know how to read.
And they make fun of Floyd all the time for not being able to read too, right?
Yeah, Floyd can read though. He just stumbled up on some shit. Yeah.
50 don't be letting him live that shit down.
Yeah, man, 50 just be like, I done heard Floyd read some teleprompters before. Floyd all right, man. Y'all leave old Floyd alone. Yeah, Floyd, 50 be lighting motherfuckers up, man. I fuck with 50 though. You gotta be proud of him. And that's another thing too, man. When you look at, motherfuckers might take this the wrong way when I say it, but it's so real. And we getting on our shit down here. I'm a native Atlantan. But motherfuckers, boy, them New York cats be out hustling everybody. Man.
Super fast.
You got Jay, you got Steve Stout.
Super facts.
You got Jay, Steve Stout,
Super fast.
Puffy, Nas and his double-digit millions now.
Super fast.
You got a lot of motherfuckers who really reaching outside of their regular lifestyle and really getting some real bags around here. And most of them are coming from that north area, man, that northern region. You got Dre, with what he's winning with beats, but shit, if Dre hadn't have got with Jimmy Iovine, I don't think that it might would have took Dre to get with Jimmy to go with that. I don't know. Without Jimmy, I don't know what Dre would be doing. Dre may still just be producing. You know what I'm saying? Not to take nothing away from him. I'm not saying that he don't have no business savvy, but if it wasn't for him and Jimmy coming together on that shit wouldn't ever happen. You know what I mean? It would have took Dre to get with somebody like a Steve Stout or a Jay-Z
Right.
Just something about them up north cats. Just like you think Mona Scott with the love and hip hop shit. She came out here and out hustled everybody. And I love a hip hop Atlanta is the most popular one. That's the one that generate the most flow.
Thanks.
But it took a New York girl to come down here to turn that shit up. Just like even when you think of music business, the music business, we've been here, but it took a LaFace Records to come and get us started. We had some independent shit popping, but it still just wasn't taking off until LA and them came. Not saying they were from New York, but it took a lot of times it'd be taking outside entities to come here and spark our city up. It ain't too much shit that just really just homegrown and just really rising to the top. Ain't but a few. And if it is, it's some old school shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's one thing I would say down here. We got to really turn our shit up because shit, man. Think about it. When it comes to the clothing business, you know, folks got shoes and shit.
Right.
Shit. Jay got the streaming company now?
Hell yeah.
Nas with the alcohol. Now you got Jeezy. But it took Jeezy to get with a whole nother group of folks to move his shit around. Now he got shares in some alcohol companies and shit. But I don't know, man. Just something about that up north hustle, man. There's something about them cats up there.
They be hustling. They
be on some shit, man.
They be hustling.
Too cold,
from the jump.
Yeah, man. Them boys hustling through there, man. Especially when I heard about them new deals that Nas got. And that's what it's about, man. Doing some shit that's way bigger than, just think, Dre done produced a lot of fucking hits and generated a lot of money off the music business. Boy, that shit don't compare with what the beats business doing. That beats, shit.
Right. They got bought up by Apple. It's over. They out of here.
Come on, man. That's a lot of goddamn bread. So you definitely got to diversify. You got to move that shit around. You know? And it ain't no age limit. Shit, Dre, 2 years older than me.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And he when he do the beats, about 8 years ago?
What, 2008?
Yeah.
I don't remember. That was a minute ago.
Excuse me. Yeah, but you know, like I say, if he hadn't had that, most likely he'll still be producing. Or either, you know.
Yeah.
But and just think, even if he was producing, if Dre was right now just really, if Dr. Dre was depending on production only without beats,
would not be a billionaire.
He wouldn't be a billionaire. He would have had to move that money around somewhere else to be a billionaire. But the music business alone wouldn't have made Dr. Dre a fucking billionaire. No.
Who's a millionaire?
The music business alone
who's a billionaire
doesn't make Jay-Z a billionaire. Not the music business alone.
Nobody's a billionaire for music?
Not even Puff for Jay-Z, right?
Period. No, not just on music alone.
Right.
No, it took for them to diversify. Ain't
alcohol,
nobody,
all that stuff.
Yeah, ain't nobody just eating off just
the
music business alone.
Even the label owner?
Some of them, the old school ones.
Oh.
I wouldn't even say billionaires. I can't even put them in the B club.
Yeah.
Nah. And if anybody that's worth over 100 mil are moving their money around, it ain't just that one source.
Right.
You know what I mean? If it's a music guy who they say, oh, it's worth 200 million, oh, believe me, all that shit ain't just music.
Hell yeah.
No, he done.
They got a portfolio.
Yeah, it's a portfolio. They moving it around. But just, yeah, man. You know, so that's why you got cats who getting it. Just like I feel that Ice Cube, I think he avoids the Forbes list. I think he make it his business because Ice Cube has made a lot of fucking money. But you never
he done been in.
And you've never seen him on the Forbes list. I think he choose to stay away from that shit.
He got to.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Don King choose to stay away from it.
Right, Ice-T.
Ice-T might be doing pretty damn good. I think he might choose to stay away from it too because he's making great fucking money.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Just off that TV shit alone, you know. But yeah, man, you got to get creative with this shit though, because it's so many ways to fuck up money.
Right.
You know, just like Hammer, MC Hammer. He was one of the first rappers that we knew that even just touched 20 million.
And he's in the Notorious story.
Yeah, but one thing about it, when you get that kind of money, you're going to have so many people coming at you from every direction, whether it's the lottery or whether it's something you work hard for. And I think he lost a lot of money investing in horses.
Oh, wow.
When you invest, you got to make sure you invest the shit that you know about. that you educated on, or either that you can educate yourself on. But yeah, he had this guy invest in them, I think in some horses or whatever, and a lot of them were like sick. They was real ill horses that he didn't know until after the purchase. The people was like, nah, man, this whole flock of horses are bad. Like,
yeah, so at least he tried. I feel like most people think he just like
dumb shit.
And
a lot of Hammer definitely took care of his people. He took care of, like, he and even the people who were down with him went out. They say he went out his way to make sure everybody was all right, which is a good thing to do. But sometimes after a while, you'd be like, all right, now you got to select. Let's say you could win the lottery tomorrow. You love all your family, but it's only a few family members that you would want to know that you're worth that much money.
I was just thinking
you love them to
that.
death, much as you love them. But it's only a few people in your family that you would want to know that you work.
You really would want to keep it on the low from everybody.
From
everybody.
Yeah. Especially if you didn't work hard for it. If you win $300 million. Being worth $300 million for some shit that you've worked hard on.
Exactly.
Right, it's different.
People will approach you a little different.
I was thinking about even getting a financial.
Motherfucker know that you just won that shit overnight.
Even like trying to get a financial advisor that knows you just won the lottery. What?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Oh boy, they own you.
10% of your portfolio.
They know that you don't know what they're talking about. It's over with for you.
Then somebody else, then they send you to a financial advisor. Her shit cut out here.
Yeah.
So I think you should
right.
You like. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I think so too, baby. You know what I mean? They throwing all kind of motherfuckers at you, man. You got people coming from every direction. So yeah, just when like once I got my first $1 million check, that was from EMI. Cause I got a few little big ass checks, but my first $1 million, I showed my dad, like, look at that shit, man. Like, all this shit on one check. And like 1 point something, early millions. But
early millions.
Yeah, that's early. You know, it was just 1 point something, you know.
Do a little flex in, right?
Flex on this.
But it's like, shit, you kind of, even with just one, you had to kind of be like, shh. Know this?
Right.
You know what I mean? But nowadays, you got motherfuckers who gonna come to the family reunion with all this jewelry on, put out a Lamborghini. Boy, your cousin's finna be hitting your ass up.
Right.
Hey.
And you better give it to them, because you're giving it to them goddamn strippers.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? Little cousin Ray hit you. Hey, man, hey, cuz, I need about 15, about 20. Knowing that he wouldn't ask none of his other friends for that kind of money.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that you just came around here and he see how you kicking it, and he heard how you was just turning up in the strip club, hell yeah. Give your cousin some fucking, give him his 1,500. You giving that shit to some strippers who don't know shit about you, who don't care about you. If you was in the hospital with one of them strippers come see you, you done made it rain $5,000 in the club, any one of them gonna come to the hospital to see you if you sick.
Who's in the hospital?
Yeah, right? Yeah, just imagine you making it rain in a club and you pull out the parking lot, your car catch a flat. Them strippers leaving. Oh shit, that's dude who was just making it rain. We get that shit fixed.
We got our rent.
They laughing.
Fucked up.
Look at that nigga. You know, goddamn, you got a flat. Yeah, bitch, I just made it rain on you for 5,000 and y'all ain't finna got at least call, help me with this shit. Ask am I all right? Nope. I think that far into shit. And that's how I am. That's one thing. I'm a thinker like a motherfucker. Some things I put a lot of thought into and be like, okay, but a lot of shit I be like, all right, hold on. No. Why, Toomp? Oh, because this is going to lead to this and this. Damn, you right. Okay. And I ain't right all the time, but a lot of time I am. Most time I am. I ain't going to bullshit you. And my education stopped at what? 12th grade, man. I graduated. I already knew I wanted to get into the music business. I didn't want to go to no college. If I did, I was going to go to a music business institute. But when I found out that these music schools didn't actually teach you true production, you know, they might teach you engineering, but I actually wanted to learn how to create music.
Right.
And the minute that shit, my 10th grade, and once I started going to studios and figuring that out, and then I got a partner who went to MBI, and when I found out the shit I was doing was something that they don't even have in their school, I was like, oh, I'm doing the right thing. Okay. There ain't no drum machine at their school. There ain't no sequencers. Ain't nobody in the school putting out no records. See what they skills are really made of. You know what I mean? So that was like, let me avoid that and just, I'm in it now. You know what I mean? So, you know. Yeah, this shit real, man. But like I said, I can talk to y'all all day on every level of this shit, man.
Facts,
whatever you ask, I'm here.
We got a lot. I know the people watching got a lot of this too, man. Big shout out to the people at home that really.
If y'all stuck through this,
yeah.
So what is this live?
Salute. No. But you know. What I'm
okay,
saying.
yeah. I got you. Hell
this
yeah.
gotta be the longest one yet.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we're over 3 hours in, man.
3 hours in. Oh my!
I think the longest of it to this point was
maybe 2 hours and 12 minutes. That was 12 minutes, Perry.
So. Wow. But I mean, it's only right, man.
Okay.
But
I see y'all have a lot of young cats on here. I'm like, man, I might be the only OG to come through this motherfucker, huh? So far?
Yeah.
Like, who else?
I don't know.
The only person that could be considered is maybe Zay.
Okay, yeah, Zay.
We had Tig on here. We had Ryan Leslie on here.
Ryan, okay. I ain't catch that one. Okay, yeah. Okay.
But other than
I like what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
Yeah, he's on that tech shit, man. And that's the thing about it, man. Speaking of the techs, like I say, everybody in this room have $1 billion idea. Everybody. It could be the smallest shit. That's my main thing, bro, is to put out devices. Some type of device at least 5 a year. That's how I came into 2020.
What you mean
Even
device?
if it's device, just something right now you got. Basically, it ain't even about reinventing the wheel. This shit is about building around an existing product. So we all know now you get a fucking ticket for holding your phone while driving.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what all these companies start doing? Making all these different things that's gonna hold your phone while you're doing it.
Hands-free.
So if you sitting in your car, you might say, you know what? I see this little thing they selling at Walmart, but I got a better idea. You might have your phone, we could do this and this or whatever. Like anything. It's just like the one little shit that made a gang of money. The little 3 thing that just spin around.
The fidget spinner, yeah.
The fidget spinner. What the fuck is that? That's just a device or that's somebody a product or that's somebody thought about and man, people like this. Let me put this out here. Simple shit. I could throw some shit to the world, man. You might just have some shit that
it's $1 billion layup right here.
It's all kind of shit. I'm talking about this shit is endless, man. It may be something to keep your socks together when you washing them.
Ooh.
Keep them from going inside out.
Females, it may ask a female, what you complain about? What's your complaints when it come to bras? Well, I don't like it's a certain way. Okay, well, let me see if I come out with something to either a bra or something that's gonna make this fit better.
Right.
And the main things you got to look at is people, man. You pay attention to people, and the people who pay attention to us are the outsiders. Like that's why the Asians killing our ass.
Ooh.
They watch what we do. They on the outside. Okay, they like hair. Ooh, they like wings. They like sweet and sour wings.
I'm done with the boys.
So you'll see a fucking building in your neighborhood that's been a barbershop,
right?
About 5, 10 other goddamn businesses that don't last. But the minute that motherfucker turned to a Hong Kong house and they start serving them braised wings, that motherfucker, that's the longest shit because and when we got to take time to do that every once in a while, man, is step out of ourselves and look at us and be like, okay, what can I sell to us? Let me see, everybody in the music business. And that's all Dre was like, damn, that's like the earpods.
It's a little challenging, though, to be like, when you're in it, it's hard to step outside and look back in it. Like, look at it.
I'm going to say step aside. You just got to pay attention to people. I love to people watch. When I'm at the airport, I people watch. I like going to the airport like an hour or 2 hours early. Just so I can sit around, I like, be some fine air women walking through that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, when you get a chance to just watch folks, man, you know what I mean? Like, this shit is endless, man. Like, I had an idea before Wilders and Kool-Aid came with it. Basically, a basic bottle of water. And I noticed I drink more water when it's got some type of flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I go through a gallon of water. Like, if you give me a gallon of just plain water, it'll take me a minute to just drink that shit.
Versus like little Propel packets or
there you go. Mm-hmm. So I had the idea of those packs in 2003 of something that you can squeeze in. Like my idea was having like in a little ketchup package, like grape, watermelon, and just squeeze a little bit of this shit in your water, shake it up. And it ain't gonna be super sweet. And next thing you know, it become the vitamin water. Then I start seeing the shit that they squeezing there. I was like, you know what? I had that fucking idea. I had a cousin who, when he started seeing people split blunts, he was like, man,
the little blunt splitter on the keychain?
No, he was like, man, I think we need to just start. He said, I would love to try to find out the paper that they rolling the cigars in and just sell those.
Oh, now they got the
Next
wrap.
thing you know, they got the wraps
and shit.
He had this idea way like 2 years before the wraps came out. So a lot of time, everybody, I want to say everybody it's so much shit
problem.
that each one of us done thought about, like, you might see something be like, somebody could make this. And you be like, really, that somebody is you. You just got to act on it. And a lot of shit don't even cost that much to start. Especially if you just say, let me start small, man. Especially if you see it's something that's going to make something easier. Like, I even had this shit to where a little thing that you could put on your remote. You might just clap and, okay. Oh, it's under the couch. Think about it, sometimes, you too lazy to go change the station. You be like, man, where's the fucking remote?
Right.
You be underneath your
man.
Yeah. You might could just make a push a button and it's Oh, okay, that'll go to remote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I even thought about putting location devices on expensive shit in your house and charge people monthly for it. Let's say if you got, an expensive piece of fucking gear and you just put this little bitty ass chip, it might be a painting. If you're into art, you got a $100,000 painting on your wall, but you got this one little bit of location device you done put in there just in case somebody come in there and steal your shit, you gonna know. But people just do it on animals and cars, but it's a lot of other valuable things that people just don't think to put location devices on.
That's new.
And that's a monthly, that could be a crazy monthly income. The shit is endless, man. I go all day talking that shit. Like, it's all kind of shit, man.
Toomp the hustler, man.
Certain new condoms, everything, all kind of shit, man. Just think every time, right when you think condoms do everything they do, somebody got some new shit. Right when you think a car does everything, is
Tesla comes out.
Here comes Tesla. Here go a car with some other shit going on. I got about 3 ideas.
I'm really excited to see what happens next with these. Because
with phones, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm so scared of phones right now.
Jail killers. That's
I am so thank you,
you're
man.
an Android, man.
Man, man, I ain't in no hurry. I got 4 Macs at my house, and everybody swear I got a fucking iPhone. No, I got 3 MacBooks and 1 big iMac. And
why do phones scare you? Why do you say phones scare you? Tracking.
I don't like that whole. I'm talking to you, hey boy, and shit, man, and boy, the government, boy, they gonna government. Be like, bitch, I ain't say nothing to you.
Yeah. You ever seen the Snowden movie or know about Edward Snowden?
Oh, that's the dude that
you gotta watch that.
Yeah, because he had all that info.
Yeah, he released
some shit.
Yeah.
And he's bold too, because he be Skyping in on he Skyped in on Joe Rogan's podcast.
He did?
Yeah. Bro, he's bold.
He lives in Russia.
But that's how deep but even without even him, I think that deep into shit. I'm like, hold on, this serious shit.
Right.
And I mean, that motherfucker could just waiting to say some all that. That's why I'm working on 2 old schools right now. But it's like, I don't know. I'm happy as long as I could take pictures, videotape, and shit, call and text, man. I'm all right. I don't need none of that other shit. I'm ready to go online. Somebody send me some, you know what, I'm waiting till I get home. Oh, you can't pull up on your phone? I want to see it on the bigger screen. I don't want to see it on this little bitty ass screen.
I'm straight.
I don't want to see it. This little screen ain't it for me. You know what I mean? Like, I got to see it on the big screen.
Oh, done.
I don't want to see it like that. Or if it's some music, I don't want to hear it like that. I can't believe that we done went to.
Listen, bro. Listen to my beat.
Yeah, man. Like, but once again, I come from an era to where motherfuckers was spending $10,000 just on a speaker system in their house.
Damn.
Because you want your shit, boom, boom. That was the shit. You were the man. And even at record labels, certain A&Rs, what make you the big A&R at your office, at RCA or Interscope, is who got the best speaker system in their office. You ain't never noticed that?
No.
When you go to some of the major labels, when you go, next thing you notice, when you go to the big CEO office, that's when you know who getting the money. You'll see the big ass, maybe some $10,000 big ass speakers that you just don't see nowhere. But now we've gotten to, instead of hearing shit loud and banging, motherfucker really happy with some little bitty earpods now. That's why I'm like, well, goddamn. So when you mixing records, are you better mixing them on the fucking Genelecs or the Osbergs or mixing it
on the AirPods
with the fucking AirPods? Because
I hear a lot of engineers who said, like, I mix on shit that people are gonna listen to it.
It's almost and I never saw that shit coming. I never thought that it would go from people not wanting to hear music hitting them and feeling that bass. Like you'd rather just hear it. You don't want to feel it no more.
You want to feel it, but it's just.
But wherever you get it from, when you go to the concert,
you want to feel it is in your car. Other than that, I'm not really trying to feel it.
Shit, I know people don't even like turning shit up in their car no more.
I don't know those type of people.
Yeah.
I use sometimes I use my sub pack.
I won't say that. People are happy with their factory system.
In their car?
Yeah. Motherfuckers will spend about $4,000 extra on speakers when they get a new car back in the day. Now,
niggas leave it stock.
Leave it stock, right?
Yeah, man. So even in the house, like nobody really have house speakers no more.
My parents used to have surround sound that went in the basement. It had like, it was built in like in the ceiling. Like they had the whole custom wall like got cut out and they put the whole thing with
because we really wanted to feel music. Like even when it comes like the stereo, like, okay, we're going to put this E.T. movie in and we finna turn it up or watch Men in Black or whatever. They finna hear the spaceship and shake it throughout the house. Surround sound. Right. Man, don't nobody spend money on that shit no more. Right. That's why all the hi-fi buys and all them. It's a lot of people go out of business when certain shit just play out, man. Yeah. This thing, we watch the record. That's one thing that hurt the music business too, is that when it came down to no longer tangible products, no more in stores. You only see your favorite artist on stage. No, in our days, when the album come out, it's a great chance that you go to Lennox and he in there signing each fucking CD.
Right.
And you shaking his hand like, God damn, man. Wow. And he on to the next city doing the same thing.
Building them super fans.
You can't have no in-stores on some shit that's been streamed.
Oh.
Merch.
That's bigger stars, man.
What can they say? Man, in my time when it's merch, they ain't gonna be there. It's their representatives.
Yeah. Shoot, man.
Ain't nothing they can sign. I got an autographed copy on the album. None of that shit.
And we're going to have to do another podcast, man, because I feel like so much more to talk about.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man. I'll talk you to death. I go on and on with this shit. Like, it's 100. But I enjoy it, though. I like y'all energy, man. So where y'all from, each one of y'all?
I'm from Kansas.
I'm from Atlanta.
Wichita.
I'm from the east
part
side.
of Atlanta? East side? Okay,
yeah.
Cool. What about you?
I'm from Rochester, New York.
New York. Rochester, home of the Boss Sauce.
Yes, sir. Come on,
think I knew about that shit. Huh?
Yo, man, I've been talking about Boss Sauce lately too.
Yeah, man. All right, boom. Crystals is slowly going out of business. So if you was smart, any guy who got the money to play with, get in touch with White Castles and find out if you could get a White Castles in Georgia. Whoever does it first, you're gonna make a fucking killing. Boss Sauce, that's nowhere to be found down here.
Garbage plates, you know about those? Garbage plates? Some Rochester shit. Some Rochester shit.
Meat sauce.
but that Boss Sauce?
Yeah, Boss Sauce.
That shit would sell. That shit would sell if it was up here.
Hell yeah, some Boss Sauce wings.
It'll crazy. But it was a place called Moe's on Mo Better on Hamilton Road, and they had Boss wings.
Really?
But it was some Rochester folks in there. And used to bring a jug of that shit. But yeah, man. But that's something that you
they would go crazy, right?
I'm so happy Boss
that's one thing. I'm so
Boss
surprised
Sauce?
that shit hasn't like made it outside of upstate New York. I don't understand. Let's talk, man. Let's
just got to move around. See, that's your job, and you kind of like it's importing, exporting within the country. You see, like, okay, damn, we ain't got that down here. But yeah, like Crystal's doing bad right now. But people still speak highly because you got White Castles. They got fish sandwiches. They got the regular burger sliders. They got chicken. So they got more variety. So, and that's not nowhere to be found here because Crystal's about to, like I say, about to go out of business. So anybody who...
I don't think I ever had Crystals in my life.
I have.
Yeah, we used to kill them since we were younger. Yeah.
White Castle, I used to tear them up. My grandma used to buy them.
I never had White Castle.
Oh, see the freezer. If you pull up at a real White Castles, which is in Tennessee, I think that's the closest ones in Tennessee. And maybe Carolina. I don't even think they're Carolina. Tennessee for sure. Man, yeah, that's... Anybody
with
start
onions on it? Man, come on.
First White Castle down here is going to make a killing.
I'm surprised you got
killing. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man.
Most definitely, man.
That's good. Rochester, okay.
You already know, man. If y'all made it this far in the podcast, man, hit me up, man. Send me a DM. I got a special gift for you, man.
Right,
I'm gonna take care of you, man. At CEO DYLAN. And you know, I'm gonna know if you made it this far though. But
we're gonna have a quiz.
Toomp, man.
We have a quiz for you.
Yeah. Toomp, man. We appreciate
so y'all enjoyed it, man. I ain't wear y'all out, did I?
Yeah,
already.
Hey, man. Yeah. So it's a few little things. I'm slowly working on the same thing myself, man. I'm slowly putting it together. I'm a big fan of like Joe Rogan and certain shit.
Hell yeah.
So, and a lot of the shit I see them talking about, but like, you know what? I can have guests and cover some of the shit based around my world and have that same following. So I'm working on some stuff too.
Well, man, anyway,
I'll fuck around and have y'all on my show, you know?
Hell yeah. Anywhere we can help, just like I said, with the other thing we were talking about too, man, just let us know.
Yes, definitely. I will. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, let's just, keep in contact with each other for sure.
Already.
Yeah, man, I love what y'all doing, man. Keep it up, dog. You know, any placements y'all got? Anything y'all got out there?
I don't even produce, honestly.
For real?
I mean, I do it to listen to my own beats.
Yeah,
that's really what I like.
I got you. Anything y'all working on in particular?
Man, I've been working on the brand here, so you know, I kind of took
beautiful. Okay.
Took the focus off.
So you just so y'all just happen to know how to produce too, though.
Yeah, we are.
All right, so y'all ain't just once again, y'all ain't just holding y'all breath like. Got a good place, man. I ain't gonna live.
Hell no.
Okay. Well, that's good, man.
No.
Stay grinding, man. Stay grinding.
Hell yeah.
Shit, I fucks with you, man. Peace out,
Everyone,
world.
shout out to Coach
Another
K.
dope episode.
Appreciate Coach K coming through.
Oh, shit.
Coach.
Coach.
Shout it out, man.